Welcome to James Clemens High School Football. We'll be back with the Jets pregame show right after this. Ever thought you'd like to have a nice privacy fence or deck, but thought it would be just too expensive? Think again. Woodard Decking and Fencing will have you throwing that backyard party before you know it. They offer top-quality wood, wrought iron, aluminum, chain link, and vinyl fencing, along with decks of any style at affordable prices. They'll treat your yard as if it were their own. Commercial services are available, too. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Look them up on Facebook and see what they can do for you. You can also give Darryl a call at 256-652-9234. Woodard Decking and Fencing. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately. Avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at Tzatziki'sCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Local high school sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544. When you're searching for a home or selling your current one, you want guidance from someone you trust. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty has been an active member of the Madison-Huntsville area for many years and has a passion for hard work, integrity, and client service. Fallon is a Madison resident, so she's got her finger on the pulse of the community. Check out her listings online at Fallon Sloan, that's FALLONSLONE.choosecapstone.com, or call her at 256-755-0269. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic, Southern character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special. And that includes Athens and Limestone County sports. Call 233-8750. Come by the office at 508 South Jefferson Street or look for the link online at athensal.us.
If you'd like to download a copy of this game or hear it again on demand, go to pasnetwork.net. You can find this game and previous games under the Archives tab. You can also subscribe to the Play Action Sports podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform like iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, or ask Alexa or Google to open the Play Action Sports podcast, keeping you up to date on Athens and Limestone County sports. Play Action Sports.
We are live at Madison City Schools Stadium for another edition of James Clemens High School Football right here on PAS Plus. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kirk Pierce bringing you tonight's play-by-play action alongside with me, the color commentator extraordinaires, coaches Brad Kimbrough and Johnny Johnson, and then, of course, our producer, Mr. Tim Lambert. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way, fellas. It's good to be back.
It is great to be back, and we're glad you're back.
There is nobody happier that Kirk is back with us tonight than Bradley Kimber.
Amen, amen, amen.
Well, I appreciate you guys holding down the fort last week. You know, it was sitting in New Orleans and not hurricane or anything like that.
There you go.
It was all good, just listening to you guys.
Just
hurricanes, and just listening to the broadcast, sitting in my hotel room and just enjoying every bit of it. But unfortunately, it was a loss last week while you guys were doing this, so hopefully we can turn things around a little bit tonight.
Yeah, it was a loss, but not a bad loss.
No.
I mean, we great Oak Mountain team, very disciplined, very big, very strong. They came in and tried to impose their will, and our guys played really, really well up front defensively. Did a good job playing against a really strong team. We had our woes offensively, but, I mean, we talked about it last week, Coach. I think they can go back to the drawing board, try and work some of those things out, and we're going to learn a lot from that game.
Well, we knew after the first game even, and now after the second game, defense is tough. I mean, really, we don't give up but maybe a touchdown last week without some of the miscues on the block punt. And then we gave them short field on that safety, the safety off that block punt led to a bunch of points. But, offensively, we've got to get Ty where he can set his feet. We talked about that on the broadcast last week. He is much better when he can set those feet and throw. We saw it last year that a little bit we got to see him. He can be very accurate, especially on those slant routes. When he has to be moving around, he is not quite as efficient as most quarterbacks wouldn't be. So getting him with some time to get rid of the ball, and then obviously getting DJ Williams the ball is advantageous as well.
He and Ty Doty as well. I mean, ball in the hands of your playmakers, we're going to be just fine. And those guys worked on those things this week. So we're anxious to see what kind of progress we've made from week 2 to week 3.
So James Clemens comes in tonight with a 1-1 record, obviously losing last week to Mountain Brook, 18-13. But then on the other side in this cross-city rivalry, which is a big one, we haven't even announced who we're playing tonight. We're playing Bob Jones. And I know that puts your guys' hackles up a little bit. But Bob Jones comes in 0-2, losing a big game last week to 6A Athens by a score of 35-28. However, they were able to amass 503 yards of total offense against a decent Athens team. Of course, the first game of the season, they lost to another 6A team in Muscle Shoals. So we'll just have to see if our defense can hold strong against this offense of Bob Jones.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, just anytime you can put up 500 and something total yards, that's a good night for a high school team. Athens is not a bad football team at all, so that's a good night for the other school. I'm not going to say their name. That's a good night for the other school. But Athens is a good football team, no doubt. Muscle Shoals, on the other hand, great football team.
Absolutely.
And they took a thumping in that. That's a tough one to go up against. However, we don't want them to gain a yard.
Right.
I don't care if it's offense, special teams. If we can keep them to negative yards all night, that would please me.
Well, the big thing is, can you tackle the running back? The number 8 is Tyron Washington, and he is a load. I'm talking about he runs pretty good as far as speed, but he is low to the ground. He is wide, and people just bounce off of him. We're going to have to pursue the ball and gang tackle to get him on the ground. They're going to be in a backup quarterback situation.
Yes.
Their starting quarterback is out. There's been rumors that the second-string quarterback may be out as well. So they are going to try to ground and pound, if I was guessing, and how our defensive front has played great to this point.
Yeah, that plays to our strengths.
Can they hold up against a big offensive line and a big running back for 4 quarters? Not as worried about early.
Right.
It's late in the game that shows up.
Well, we're sitting on the visitor side tonight because we share this stadium with the other team, Bob Jones. So Bob Jones has the home side tonight. So we're sitting on the visitor side in the stands on the concrete. But right now, Bob Jones' band has taken the field, and they were about to present our colors and the playing of our national anthem. So let's go down to the field and take a listen to the national anthem.
Gary Stevenson, and the Air Force Flag Artist Cadet Neil D. Gennaro.
That was the Bob Jones Marching Band bringing us tonight's national anthem. We got so many sponsors right here that have been coming in and helping us out each and every week, and we want to recognize a lot of them. Please. And you'll hear them during the breaks tonight. But we are the Tzatziki's touchdown team. We want to thank Tzatziki's. They provide us with a pregame meal before each and every game. And let me tell you guys, come on, that salsa. Talk about that salsa.
Salsa on the chicken roll-ups tonight.
God, they're just fattening us up too. They're unbelievable to us. We're so happy to have them.
So happy to have them as a sponsor. We've also got the North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. Well, we'll be bringing that to you throughout the game tonight. We'll update you on scores from around the area. We've got a defensive stop that's sponsored by Woodard Decking and Fencing, fellas. Come on now.
That's a new one.
That is a new one.
We worked that in last week.
I know.
We're going to be putting up plenty of those defensive stops too.
Right,
they bought the right sponsorship.
Yes,
this year. They definitely did. And you can also listen at some point during the first half, because we got to get it in during the first half. You just got to listen for the in-flight movie quote during this James Clemens coverage. We'll sneak in a movie quote at some point as part of our play-by-play commentary. And if you know what that movie's from, all you got to do is text your name and the answer to 256-431-1PAS. That's 256-434-1727. I messed it up already. See, guys?
Better give that phone number one more time.
And you could win a $10 credit to the Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. So there are sponsors for the in-flight movie quote, and there's some excitement already over here.
I mean, hey, you're going to get real crowd noise tonight because we're in the middle of the crowd.
We are. I mean, we got people. It's
is there any other way you want to experience the Madison Bowl?
This is the way it goes, man.
Got the flags up. We're fixing to take flight.
We've got our captains out there for James Clemens. You've got number 7, Mark Woods, the big defensive secondary guy. Seems like he's been here for 10 years, man.
Oh, yeah.
We'd like to have him 10 more.
I would love to have him 10 more. Logan Eggert, number 5. He's a wide receiver. We've also got big Nate Jennings, number 90. And, of course, the quarterback, Ty Marsh. Talking about the bookends of defense, you guys mentioned it last week, and this is something Bob Jones has got to be aware of, and I know they've practiced for it. We've got 2 guys that on that defensive line. Nate Jennings already committed verbally to USA, South Alabama. And then on the other end, kind of bookending it, Jalen Brown, big number 93, verbally committed to Mizzou. So he's an SEC prospect right off the bat.
Yeah, and if you come and watch JC play, there's no question why those guys are getting the looks that they're getting from SEC caliber teams. I mean, the range and the size that those guys have, I mean, it's intimidating and it's overwhelming when you watch those guys play up front the way they do.
Oh, go ahead. The funny story is Jalen hadn't played a lot of football.
Yeah.
And we didn't call his name a whole lot last year because he was learning I think he was the manager at Liberty.
Wow.
Like, he didn't play and just has really grown into that big, long body and is explosive off the ball and got that long reach, and he has become a problem for offenses.
So we're just a little under 3 minutes before kickoff. The captains are at the center of the field, getting recognized, getting ready for the coin toss. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have the kickoff of the Madison Bowl right here. You are listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at BankstonMotorhomes.com.
Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley. Greg Machin Photography is Madison's premier studio and is dedicated to making you look your best, offering everything from senior portraits to weddings. Greg Machin Photography provides the highest quality prints and services the industry has to offer. Call 461-0827 or visit them online at gregmachinphotography.com. Located at 8006 Old Madison Pike in Madison, Greg Machin Photography. Ready to show off your film IQ? Ready to show it off during James Clemens football? Maybe it sounds like trying to mix oil and water, but hey, we're just trying to have a little fun. Listen for our in-flight movie quote during James Clemens football coverage on PAS Plus. We'll slip in a line at some point during our play-by-play commentary, and if you can identify the movie that it's from, text the answer along with your name to 434-1PAS. That's 434-1727, and you could win a $10 credit from Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. The in-flight movie quote from Honest Coffee Roasters and PAS Plus.
Welcome back to James Clemens football right here on PAS Plus. We're at Madison City School Stadium for tonight's Madison City Bowl between the visiting James Clemens Jets and the home team, Bob Jones Patriots. And coaches, real quick, kickoff. Bob Jones won the coin toss and deferred to the second half, so James Clemens is going to get the ball. What do we need to look for?
Well, I think that, again, we talked about protection for Ty, getting DJ going, because when he gets in a rhythm, he is tough to tackle. But I think the big deal is, does Ty get that protection tonight to get rid of the ball on time?
Same. I mean, if we protect for Ty Marsh, if we open holes for DJ, it's going to be a long night for the other school. I just don't think they have the firepower to score if our defense is playing up to their capabilities.
Well, it's the reverse of last year, right? Yeah. Last year we were younger. We lost our quarterback. Ty had to step in as a sophomore. This year we've got people healthy and are older. They've got a quarterback that's inexperienced, going to be behind center, and so we've kind of reversed roles this year. I hope the results are similar.
I'm sure James Clemens, the team, has a little bit of a bitter taste in their mouth. They run off 4 in a row, and Bob Jones broke that streak last year.
That's right.
And so now this is time to start a new streak. Back deep to receive for James Clemens. Looks like it's going to be number 1, Devon Cooper, and number 11, Ty Doty.
Mr. Dependable back there.
I will say this. I saw DJ Williams, as he ran through over to the sidelines, had on a hockey mask.
Yeah.
So he's taking this game just a little seriously, don't you think?
I mean, strike a little fear into him.
Strike a little fear.
Well, I think the senior class has been around winning until last year, when they were juniors. And so even going back to Liberty, they've had a lot of success against Discovery and against them at Bob Jones. So last year definitely, I think, left a bitter taste in this group of seniors' mouths, and they're going to come out and play inspired football.
And for people who don't know, I mean, Coach Johnson, this is what, year 6 here for you at James Clemens. This is year 12 for the school itself.
That's right.
Right. So, I mean, it's just quite a rivalry for people who don't understand it.
And it's been lopsided both ways. Like, early on, new James Clemens. And this bit, let's go ahead and talk about it. The bitterness goes back to game 1.
Yes. And that was my
71,
point.
72 to whatever, nothing or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had their starters in at the end of the game.
Yeah, they're throwing the ball around late.
So, this rivalry started off on a very sour note when the school opened, and we split off from Bob Jones. And people around here haven't forgot it that have been here that long. And the people that were here then still talk about it. So they reeled off a bunch of wins early. Then, like you said, 4 of the last 5 have been James Clemens. So, we're creeping back into that, hoping to get to even eventually. But I think we've got a good chance of doing that tonight.
Bob Jones leads the series, 7 wins and 4 losses. James Clemens trying to even that out as take a couple more years, but we could start that streak tonight. James Clemens in their road whites, white jerseys with the jet blue numerals, white pants, and the jet blue helmets. My first time getting to see that. I love that.
Yeah, we know you hated that.
Last week was a tough one.
When we were all jet blue?
Yeah, that was a tough one to miss. Bob Jones got a kicker, Josh Stewart, number 47. Bob Jones in their white pants, red jerseys trimmed in navy blue, white helmets with the navy blue BJ on the helmets.
It's their go-to logo.
It's their go-to logo. We are ready to go for the Madison City Bowl right here. James Clemens and Bob Jones.
You feel it. It's in the air. Here we go.
There's the kick. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded by Cooper at about the 5-yard line.
He's got a crease.
He's going to cross the 20.
He's got a big crease.
He's going to pass the 40. One man to beat. Got some blockers in front of him. Going to be tackled out of bounds on the Bob Jones side of the field. Tackled at about the 41-yard line. Great field position for Ty Marsh and company.
Hey, is that a good start?
That's a great start, and it's a great job by the guys on that side of the field, really sealing blocks to give him the edge on the far side hash there. I mean, he had a crease between the hash and the numbers, chose to end up coming inside and then taking it out the sideline.
Well, and you won't – I'm not probably throw out many compliments tonight on the other side, but the kicker did a good job there because he sealed him off to that sideline and forced him back to some help, or he'd have been gone.
So Marsh in the pistol formation. Looks like he's got Williams behind him. Everybody else is in a little bit tight. Now we got some shifts as Cooper goes to the far side. It's going to be a handoff to Williams up the middle. He's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage for a no gain, so 2nd and 10.
You know, the big challenge for us is their front is big.
Yeah.
They've got some big boys on that defensive line, and how our offensive line handles them and opens those holes up for DJ is going to be important.
Yeah, penetration kills everything, right? And that time, that's all it was. It was just simple penetration killed the play immediately.
So now we got 2 splits to the near side. Cooper's going to split to the far side. Williams going to stay in the backfield. Now Marsh is in the shotgun. He's going to put Cooper in motion. It's going to be a fake handoff to Williams. It's going to be a screen pass to Williams. Williams going to be at the 30. He's going to be at the 25. Brought down at about the 18-yard line.
Hey, you talk about Ty Doty right there. We talk about him on the receiving end all the time and in the kick game and all that stuff.
And we got some laundry on the field.
If they called him, it was a fantastic block. The defender grabbed him by the shoulder pads and threw him down. I don't know that they called it on him, but if they did, that's sad.
So it's going to be holding against James Clemens. Going to move him back after the big gain there by Williams. But a beautiful little pass design right there. Fake the handoff and then just dump it right back over to him.
To both your points right there, you talking about a beautiful play design, and it was. And to your point, Coach Johnson, you talked about like the defensive front. They used it against them that time, bringing him across, right, baiting them in on the pass rush, and then just dumping it right by him.
So 2nd and 10. Ball is spotted back at the 40 after the penalty. Marsh fakes the call. Now everybody's going to shift as Eggert's going to come from the left side to the near side along with Doty. Marsh takes the snap in the shotgun, throws it out there to Williams again. Williams with a cut. It's going to be brought down at the 35, but a nice 5-yard pickup on 2nd down.
And that's all you need. Let's just keep moving the ball and get positive yards right here. Give ourselves a manageable 3rd down.
And one of the things we saw last week with this new offense and Coach Truitt is a lot of motion, a lot of moving around. So, and I think what that creates for the quarterback is a chance to see what kind of coverage he's going to get. Are they going with those guys in a man? Do we have some kind of zone? Who's going to show blitz early because we've got movement? And it gives Ty just a little bit of time to figure out what's best on the pass game.
So James Clemens huddles up.
Uh-oh.
The official. They're going to pull out. Looks like Doty's got to go to the sidelines. Must have a equipment issue.
Yep.
So he's going over to the sidelines, and in comes Little, A.J. Little.
Bad time, 3rd down to pull that.
Yeah, thank goodness that we worry about things like this.
Yeah.
Somebody's gloves.
So 3rd and 4, ball spotted at the 34-yard line of Bob Jones. 10 minutes and under now in the first quarter. Going to be a quick start right there for James Clemens.
Come on, guys.
Right guard.
Yeah, false start right there on the right-hand side for James Clemens. 2 penalties.
Looked like both guards really started to lean and move early.
Yeah, big Hunter Headley right there. Just tried to get out of the blocks too soon.
So back us up a little bit more.
Now we're going to be like a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, so that's exactly what it is, Coach. 3rd and 9.
Hey, but we got Ty back.
Yep, so Ty's back.
Doty's back in.
Which is good because now we're going to be throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Ty Doty, obvious weapon, and has been for 3 years now.
No question. Yeah, especially coming on last year.
Yep. So Williams in the backfield. Marsh, shotgun. He's going to put Eggert in motion. Now he's going to put Little in motion. Marsh drops back to pass. Got a rush. Throws it. Just over the head of Williams. He did. Just a little too hot coming out of there. But 4th down and 9. And I think you got to go for it. You're 4-down territory. If you punt, you could put them in you could do a quick punt like what we've done in the past.
And we did it last week.
Yeah, we did. We did quick punt several times last week. And we might here just to see what we get. Maybe try to draw them and get ourselves in a 4th and manageable. It does look like right now we're going to try and go for it. Try and draw.
So now Marsh is going to drop back. Yep. He's going to do a quick snap, quick punt, and it's blocked. No. And it's going to be fielded at the Bob Jones 36-yard line. So Bob Jones, first and 10 at their own 36.
It didn't look like it was blocked as much as just Ty missed it. He kind of kicked it right into somebody's head.
Yeah.
And there was some penetration there. The guy that got it, he kicked it into, but he did kick a low line drive right there. So you kind of might as well gone for it. You only gained 3 yards out of punting it into the line.
Yeah,
right there.
what started out as a great series with a great kick return and then some positive plays, got into a third and very manageable situation, right? And then we kind of just muffed it away there on those last 2 plays.
Well, and the other thing is, I think we talked about this last week with Ty. He could have set his feet and made that throw, and he was backpedaling when he made it, and it just sailed on him.
Yeah.
So it looks like Sheldon Graham, the sophomore, is going to hand it off to number 8. You mentioned it earlier, Washington. He is a big running back.
Yes, he is.
Picks up 7 yards on the play. So 2nd and 3 as they go with a hurry-up offense and go right back to the line.
Yeah, where do you hit that guy? You know, he's short and stocky. You can't get underneath his pads, really.
He's a load.
And then his lower half looks like he should be playing D-line. I mean,
5'10", 240.
Yeah.
So Graham in the pistol. Going to hand it off to him again. As he's got a hole, he's going to try to cut up. Not very fast, but gets to the 50-yard line and a first down. Penalty flag on the play.
Both times, both plays there, they've had an easy hole there for him to run through.
Look, and this is what they're going to try to do with a third-string quarterback in. They're going to try to feed him all night long.
Yes, feed that guy. You got to try and get him 25 touches or more.
Well, and just knowing who their offensive line coach is, he's relishing in this moment to do that.
So the penalty was a sideline warning against James Clemens. So you got number 3 wide open on the far side.
There's nobody
covering him. And so you can kind of see that. And now all of a sudden you've got the whistles are blown. I tell you, if Bob Jones had been paying any bit of attention.
Oh, they're trying. They were trying. Bob Jones saw it.
Their sideline was going nuts pointing at him.
So now you got 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line for Bob Jones. Got another quarterback in there. It's going to be a Wildcat to number 2. Caleb Sanders. He is wrapped up and brought down for 1 yard on the play.
So something I noticed watching Athens last week, those backs are interchangeable. They will have 2 at wide receiver most of the time with Washington in the backfield, and then all of a sudden they'll motion out of it. 8 will go out to wide receiver, and 2 for the scat back type back is going to come in the backfield.
So you got Graham back in there at quarterback, pistol. Now the whistle's going to blow again. And I don't know why we keep stopping the clock, fellas.
Another equipment violation, it looks like.
So he must have had
something with the gloves.
I don't understand it.
There must be some new rule that they're emphasizing. Oh, covering his knees up. It looks like he's over there
pulling his pants legs down.
Man,
okay.
Come on.
So Graham takes the snap, hands it off to number 8, Washington. Washington now is going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Picks up a couple of yards, though, on the play, so it's going to bring up 3rd down for Bob Jones.
Like Jalen right there, huh?
Well, the last 2 plays versus the first 2 plays, our linebackers are fitting gaps. Those first 2 plays were kind of sitting and catching the running back after they get to the second level. The last 2 plays, our linebackers are scraping and getting downhill in a hurry, fitting those gaps when they open up.
So Harrison in the middle linebacker spot for James Clemens, going in there and plugging up a hole. So now here's Graham with Washington. Going to drop back to pass, throw it over to the screen on Caleb.
Run that alley.
Number 2. Number 2's going to cross back over. He's going to be met. They weren't able to wrap him up, but he's going to pick up a few yards down to about the 45. So it's going to bring up 4th down for Bob Jones.
I wasn't able to see who that was.
This is the one downside to the jet blue numbers on the white jerseys. It's hard to see numbers.
Yeah, we could have done Navy on that.
You should have tried this when we were at Lewis Cruise last year. Remember, we couldn't see him.
We could not see him way up. Yeah, ridiculous.
4th and short, and so, the Patriots. I'll call them the Patriots. Then they're staying on the field.
So 4th down and about 4 to go. Ball marked at the 43-yard line of James Clemens. Quick kick.
We don't have anybody back. Roll ball.
And that's going to roll out of bounds, or it's going to be down at about the 9-yard line. So James Clemens is going to get the ball back, 1st and 10 from their own 9. So that's how you do a quick kick.
We got a flag.
Another flag on the play.
Well, if anybody wondered if the referees were going to show up tonight, they're here.
Boy, they are in full effect. They had their Wednesday meeting, and they are absolutely enforcing all the petty things.
Knees are covered, their gloves are strapped.
All the petty issues that the AHSAA is concerned about.
So false start on Bob Jones.
I hope my umpires aren't listening.
I know y'all. I know y'all probably did.
I hope they are.
They obviously didn't watch the NFL game last night because there were no penalties called until the second half of the Thursday night football game.
Let's make sure everybody's eye black is in standard inches and centimeters, and let's make sure the knees are covered to X amount.
Centimeters.
So Doty back to receive the punt. He's going to be standing at about his own 15-yard line. Tyron Washington.
All the things that are irrelevant to the football game we need to enforce.
Because it's a big game.
Huge game.
Gosh almighty.
So Washington standing at his 40, quick kick, end-over-end punt. Doty's going to come up and catch it. It's going to fall in and out of his hands, but he's going to be able to fall back right back on it at about the 22-yard line.
Hey, props to the kid over here who's trying to throw a flop.
Did we get one?
I didn't see that. So you can check out the PAS Plus mobile app. It's your connection to all of our live streams, along with scores, game archives, and a whole lot more. All you got to do is go online to PASnetwork.net for the download links. So, second drive of the game for James Clemens. First one stalled out in Bob Jones' territory after a huge kickoff return by Doty. And let's see what we do here. Marsh, shotgun. Williams in the backfield. Going to put a man in motion. That's Luca Fiora. I'm going to get it.
Hey, fourth
It's
time's
my first time back. Here we go. He's going to hand it off to Williams. Williams with a hole. Makes one cut down to the 30-yard line.
Man, he exploded through that little crease, didn't he?
I don't know who that poor cat is on his back at the 20, but we had 2-on-1. Just flattened some guy.
So he picks up 8 yards on the carry. Second down and short for James Clemens.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what we do with this motion and try to get matchups on the defensive backfield with our receivers. You know, we've got a receiver there, number 0, that used to be a James Clemens Jet.
Yeah.
He's had trouble with guys with height. If you watch the film this year,
that's a good way.
And we've got a couple guys that have some height
that are not vertically challenged.
Yeah.
So the fake to Williams, going to throw it out.
Oh, what a move!
Cooper makes one cut, crosses the 40.
He's going to
pass the 50. Going to be stumbling down to the 32-yard line as he lost his balance and he fumbles the ball.
And we got a fumble and
a penalty flag. So fumble and a penalty flag.
This flag is 30 yards behind where the play ended. The guy threw it maybe 45 yards behind where the play. And it came so late, I can't imagine what it would be. The fumble, I'm not sure about
personal
the fumble
foul.
Calls they're calling.
It's going to be against Bob Jones.
Foul on Bob Jones.
So
that will negate the fumble?
That will negate the fumble.
Well, no, wait a minute. Not necessarily, but I'm not. Did we truly have a fumble because we saw him hit the ground?
Yeah.
So they're going to talk about it.
The problem with being over here is we're kind of shielded. He got tripped barely by the heel and got off balance, and as he was going to the ground.
Well, let's recap the play for you.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a caught pass. He slipped the first tackler with a sick move, just sticking his feet. He froze.
Yeah, jumped to the side. The guy missed.
He did. He made a guy miss in a phone booth, and then he split 2 defenders by outrunning them. Yeah. But he gets tripped up just enough that a third tackler was able to bring him down.
It's a 40-yard gain.
42.
It's a 40-yard gain.
Yeah.
The flag's 20-plus yards behind the play where it ended. But they said personal foul on Bob Jones. So the problem with this discussion is the ball was recovered by Bob Jones. But does the personal foul precede the fumble?
So They are having a long conversation about that. So you can follow PAS Network on Twitter, Instagram, and X, and look for the PAS Network on Facebook. We'll keep you updated on scores via Score Stream tonight and throughout the week. Just check us out on all your social medias, and we'll get it to you.
All that social medias.
All the social medias. I'm having a hard time not saying Twitter.
Man.
We still call it
I'm going to tell you what. We are still having a conversation with the referees. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. We need to get on the road, get this thing going.
So we've got a North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. You got Deschler 7, West Limestone nothing. That's in the first quarter. East Limestone and Fairview knotted up at 7 apiece. First quarter. Tanner 14, Tharptown 0 in the first quarter. Athens up big in the first quarter, 15-0 on top of Decatur. So
Athens got a good look.
Athens trying to go 3-0.
Athens up on who?
Decatur.
The Decatur Red Raiders.
And, they got, what is it, Brogan Gross, little quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It does a good job, but they've got a couple athletes that he gets the ball to that are really good.
Well, they just, and those guys work hard. I mean, they get after it.
Tough people win. I don't know if you know that.
Tough people win. I mean, they get after it. They're so principled about what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. And he had 5 touchdown passes last week against this Bob Jones team.
Well, once again,
it's in his blood.
He's getting them to some pretty good athletes.
Yes.
They got a couple of receivers that are really good.
All right, the white hat breaks from the huddle. We'll see what the call is.
Let's see.
It's 5 o'clock.
Let's go.
Uh-oh.
So personal foul against Bob Jones. First down.
Question is where?
Official timeout on the field.
They're going to have to.
So they got to figure all this out, where they're going to spot the ball.
And whose knees weren't covered. And who had a rally towel tucked in the wrong side of their pants.
Hey, we got a minute here. Let's talk about the yellow towels all over the ballpark tonight. Is this called a ballpark? A stadium?
Are they a sponsor of our show?
No, it's for childhood cancer.
Oh.
They had a little girl that was here for the coin toss, was honorary coin toss captain.
Hey, real quick, guys, I need
sorry.
to capture this. It was official's timeout, so it's an official timeout. So,
you know who
we got to go with?
Timeout with?
Timeout with Tzatziki's.
There we go.
So timeout with Tzatziki's, and our winner with the timeout with Tzatziki's is Kenzie Gillis.
What?
Come on now.
What?
Come on. Kenzie Gillis.
I think I know her.
Kenzie Gillis, congratulations.
I know her.
Hey. You are our timeout with Tzatziki's. You get a gift card for $10. I got to look at Tim because I don't have it in my notes.
Hey. She's a winner.
She is a winner.
She won at the pep rally today.
She did. She got
clothes relay thing.
Look, listen, man.
I thought she broke a hip when she was trying to.
Listen, if you want to be if you want to qualify for our timeout with Tzatziki's, all you got to do is go to pasnetwork.net and enter your name for the timeout with Tzatziki's and listen during the first timeout of each James Clemens game as we announce the winner of a $10 gift card from Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe just off of Highway 72 in Madison. So congratulations again, Kenzie Gillis. You are our timeout with Tzatziki's
Gillis, get
winner
you some
tonight.
Chicken rolls.
And we are the Tzatziki's touchdown team.
Well, congratulations, Gillis.
Get you some chicken roll ups.
I'll be looking forward to going to Tzatziki's with you.
So this is an extended timeout. For whatever reason, 5:24 left to play in this opening quarter here at Madison City School Stadium.
While we got
no
a minute,
score.
Look. Let me say, I know I've said this before, right? But while everybody's listening, let me say that, Kirk, we appreciate what you do for us.
Yeah.
I have an even greater appreciation now for what you do. Look, I knew that you carried us. Johnny and I have never failed to say that on a tailgate talk or any other opportunity we get. But now that I was tasked with attempting to carry us,
well,
and I more fully appreciate what you do, and I never want to be in that role again.
Well,
you do a great job.
Well, I appreciate that.
If people don't know that, I want them to know that. I'm glad you're back. I never want to do that again. You do an incredible job. You do it effortlessly. You make it seem so easy. And I had no idea that you do as much as you do. And when we do get back to our normal press box, there's a message up there waiting on you.
Well, I appreciate you guys.
I forgot about that. That's a little inside joke.
I can't wait till next week because we'll be back here next week.
I think so.
So that's going to be awesome. Hey, it looks like we've got a solution here on the field.
Well, I like the solution.
And so that's going to move Bob
So
Jones.
they gave us the play and the 15 yards.
We've retained possession, and the penalty is assessed.
So Bob Jones.
One more thing.
With the personal foul. Go ahead.
That was a long time out. We had no music or anything. Freak Daddy, if he was in the house in the press box, we'd be rocking.
We would be jamming. This place would be
Clay Coleman.
Electric.
All right, here we go.
1st and 10. Marsh takes a snap, throws it over here to,
Ty Doty.
Ty Doty makes one more person miss, makes another one, and get finally tackled at about the 6-yard line. Wow.
So he made about 6 moves.
He did.
He danced with about 4 red shirts, and I don't know if any of them got a clean shot on him. They didn't gain any yards. They just danced and looked at each other for a while.
All I saw was one, so I didn't know if it was Cooper or Doty, and then I finally saw the double ones. So Doty with a great
couldn't get
reception.
a clean shot either.
I couldn't either, man, no. Nice little hit and run. You'll see that tonight, but when will you not see that?
You won't see that in the spring, I'll tell you what.
Not, especially if you're watching James Clemens baseball.
You'll never see a hit and run on James Clemens baseball.
Here we go. I called it last year for you.
2nd and 5, ball at the 5-yard line. Marsh going to hand it off to Williams up the middle. He's going to be met, dives forward for a couple of yards, so taken down at about the 4, maybe to the 3.
He might have picked up a yard out of that. I mean, it's another hard run. I mean,
got the first down.
So all he needed was 1.
Still penetration coming. We got to find a way to cut that off on the inside.
That was the outside linebacker, Aldridge, right there, shot that gap.
So 1st and goal, James Clemens from the Bob Jones 4, almost at 4 minutes and counting with the first quarter. James Clemens looking to try to score first in this Madison City Bowl game. Is that what we call it?
It's Madison City Bowl.
It's Madison City Bowl.
I'll tell you what, this is a big game.
It's huge.
It means everything to these schools.
So Marsh hands it off to Williams. Williams puts his head down, gets another couple of yards down to the 2-yard line, 2nd and goal from the 2.
You know, something that's interesting about this game, it's always the opening game of region play.
It is.
It's not the end of the year. Like we play our Bob Jones series at the very end.
Right.
Which is what normally.
And a lot of times it means a lot near the end of the day. This is kind of cool because you get a jump start on first place, right?
Handed it off to Williams again. Williams makes one cut, makes one man miss. Oh, and he grabs him by the ankle, still on his feet.
Now they called it.
They're going to say his
forearm probably got
down at the 2, so no gain.
His knees never hit, but I think his forearm did right there on the 2.
So that brings up 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. So we've tried to run Williams twice up the middle on first down. Actually, 3 times. He picked up the first down. Now we've got 3rd and goal.
Maybe a little play action?
I think so. I think that's what they're setting it up for. So let's see what Marsh and company do.
Is Eggert in the game?
I don't see Eggert.
No, Achenbach's in there.
So 3rd down.
Is it?
So Bob Jones. Nope. Yep, Bob Jones is going to call a timeout. So we're going to take a quick timeout. 2:47 left to play in the opening quarter. Nobody scored. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus.
Ever thought you'd like to have a nice privacy fence or deck, but thought it would be just too expensive? Think again. Woodard Decking and Fencing will have you throwing that backyard party before you know it. They offer top-quality wood, wrought iron, aluminum, chain link, and vinyl fencing, along with decks of any style at affordable prices. They'll treat your yard as if it were their own. Commercial services are available, too. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Look them up on Facebook and see what they can do for you. You can also give Daryl a call at 256-652-9234. Woodard Decking and Fencing.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. Kirk Pierce, Brad Kimbrough, Johnny Johnson, Tim Lambert, our producer. It's 3rd and goal. James Clemens at the Bob Jones 2-yard line.
Got the big boys in.
So we do. We've got a fullback, tight end. You got Doty kind of split out just a little bit. DJ Williams in the I formation.
I like the I.
Marsh under center. He's going to keep it straight up the middle. He pushes.
He's in.
That's it.
Yeah. Touchdown, James Clemens.
There it is. We got a cloud of talcum.
Cloud of smoke from the north end zone.
It's a whiteout tonight.
I know.
Student section.
One student section's excited. One student section's been wild since pregame.
That's right.
The other one's just now starting to fill up.
They are. They had a big volleyball game.
And I mean, it's football season.
Easy
and we talked about that.
We're talking to the volleyball coach at halftime. Be careful.
Speaking of which, we do talk to the volleyball coach of James Clemens. Coach Genesis Taylor will be our halftime guest, at least one of them for sure.
That was a perfect lead in to introduce her. You knew what you were doing.
I'll try, Coach. I'll try.
So Anthony Ortiz. Anthony Ortiz lining up for the extra point.
You know, it's good to see them go to that with Ty. You know, last week we had that fourth and half a yard, and we had kind of discussed, man, we would have really liked to see Ty do that instead of that deep handoff we tried. And, again, I'm no coach, but
you are.
Well, I am a coach, just not a football coach. But it was good to see Ty put his head down because Ty's a big kid.
Yeah, he's a strong kid, super strong. I mean,
There's the snap. The kick is up. And it is good. 2:41 left to play in the first quarter. James Clemens strikes first. They're on top, 7-0. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. James Clemens on top, 7-0, 2:41 left to play in this opening quarter. As a reminder, you can listen for the in-flight movie quote during our James Clemens coverage. We'll sneak in a movie quote at some point as part of our play-by-play commentary. And if you know what the movie's from, all you got to do is text your name and the answer to 256-434-1PAS. That's 256-434-1727. And you could win a $10 credit to Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. As we get ready to line up for the kickoff, Ortiz will be the kickoff person handling all the kickoff duties tonight for James Clemens. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line. Here he comes. There's the kick, high, end-over-end kick. Short, doesn't go as deep, fielded at the 25-yard line by number 2 for Bob Jones. Nice little crease, finally brought down at about the 37-yard line of James Clemens. So 1st and 10, Bob Jones from their own 37.
That was a nice tackle right there, 28, Mason Rose.
Another penalty flag on the play.
And there must have been a penalty flag at the end of the touchdown because we kicked off from our 25 instead of the 40.
Yeah. So it looks like there was a penalty after the extra point or prior
Mark
to the
Woods.
extra point. Yeah.
He's coming off the field. He said something that he shouldn't have said to the guy going off. You can't do that in games this size. I mean, this magnitude, you can get caught up in the emotions, but part of our job as coaches is to teach those kids to not act on emotion all the time, right? You got to control
high. I mean, it's high. The energy's high in the stands. The energy's high at the gate. The energy's high at the concession stand. The energy's high in the locker room. And it's definitely high on the field.
Well, everybody wants to win.
Everybody wants to win this game.
Well,
it's huge.
You know what they say? If you ain't first, you're last.
That's everything.
So Bob Jones, after the penalty, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, moves the ball to the James Clemens 49-yard line. 1st and 10, Bob Jones. Shotgun formation. Going to hand it off to the big man, number 8, up the middle. Nice little hole. Picks up 3, 4, maybe 5 yards on the play before he's brought down. So just a reminder of the in-flight movie quote. All you got to do is text the answer, your name and the answer to 256-434-1727. You could win a $10 credit to Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. So 2nd down and 6, handed off again to the big man, number 8, finally brought down, ridden down to the 40-yard line.
Jalen Ruffin right there. The play before, we did a real good job. Hayes Harrison did of getting off a block and hitting him right after he got past the line of scrimmage.
Got a man down already cramping.
I don't know if it's a cramp.
That might be his knee is what he's holding.
Yeah, looking at a knee.
So one of the big men for Bob Jones down on the field. And what we'll do is see if he can get up on his own. Now they're going to give him a little bit of time staying on the field. So we'll take a quick break and come back. We'll take an injury timeout. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at tazikiscafe.com. Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. And 1:57 left to play in the opening quarter. James Clemens on top 7-0. Bob Jones with the ball. 3rd and 1 from the James Clemens 40. As number 18 for the Patriots is your quarterback, Sheldon Graham, with the big number 8, Washington. Going to hand it off to him again. He's going to get the first down and a couple of more as he's taken down at about the 36-yard line of James Clemens.
That's tough when a guy's that big and that strong with that lower half. We meet him at the line of scrimmage, but then he just kind of trucks and powers forward for another 3 or 4 yards.
So he goes out, and Monroe comes in. Monroe gets the ball, finds himself a hole. Nice little quick maneuver out to the outside. Brought down after an 8-yard gain, brings up 2nd down and 2 for Bob Jones.
That's something we've not been seeing out of Jalen right there when he makes contact at the line of scrimmage and a guy kind of running through an arm tackle.
Yeah. Well, and that's a running back I didn't see much of last week in the Athens film. You saw 2, you saw 8. I didn't see a lot of 20. So
he's 5'10", 185-pound.
Good-looking running back.
Yeah, junior. So they're going to keep him out there. Graham in the backfield along with Monroe. Handed it off to Monroe. He's going to try to bounce to the outside. So we met at the line of scrimmage there you go. That's what we've been looking for.
That's what we're used to seeing out of that. The pursuit from the backside, running away from it, and he gets met and then just gang tackled.
Well, you had, who was that?
That was Nate Jennings on the tackle.
Nate Jennings on the tackle. You had Bambi coming off the backside.
Yes.
And then DJ did a good job right there of filling that gap in between them and forced him to the outside, DJ Davis, linebacker.
So he was able to get the first down. So 1st and 10 from the James Clemens 26-yard line is Bob Jones, as first quarter is under 20 seconds.
Looked like big Amari Miller back in the game on the offensive line.
Yeah, they're going to have to run a play here. So they're going to hand it off to the big man, Washington. He's going to be met again. Short gain on that one, but that'll do it for the first quarter. So when we come back, it'll be 2nd down and 9 for Bob Jones. As we completed 1, James Clemens on top 7-0. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Attention all you James Clemens football fans out there. Play Action Sports and Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe are teaming up to bring you Time Out with Taziki's. Listen to James Clemens football from Play Action Sports, and during the first time out of every game, we'll announce the winner of a $10 gift certificate from Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe in Madison. Just go to PASnetwork.net, enter your name, and you may be our next winner. Time Out with Taziki's from Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe and Play Action Sports.
Welcome back to PAS Plus broadcast of James Clemens Jets football on a Friday night, Madison City Bowl. Bob Jones, the home team tonight. James Clemens, the visiting team at Madison City School Stadium. James Clemens with a 7-0 lead as we get ready to start the second quarter. It's 2nd and 10 for Bob Jones at the James Clemens 26. So we need a big stop here. We need one of those Woodard decking and fencing defensive stops.
There he is.
I'd love to see it.
That's why he's the
Ladies and
clutch
gentlemen,
guy.
he is a professional.
So here we go.
Consummate professional.
Graham with Washington. Going to fake the handoff to Washington. Going to throw it over the middle. Pass falls incomplete. Pass intended for number 13, Matthew Dixon, for Bob Jones.
Is that the first pass attempt that wouldn't have been a screen?
No, I think so. Yeah, that's the first downfield pass.
And we talked about it being the third quarterback in the lineup. And we have not seen them throw the ball down the field at all until right now.
So that brings up 3rd down, and it's not 10, it's 7. Scoreboard is wrong.
I'll tell you, you don't have to convict. Never mind.
So 3rd and 7.
Just
ball at the 24-yard line, not 26.
Classy. Stay classy, Brad.
So it's going to be Washington's going to hand the ball off to the far side. Woo! He is.
There's a
penalty because Nate Jennings was being held like he was going to be taken down to Mobile tonight.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you.
telling you, they were trying to tote him.
If I had to block Nate or Jalen, I'm probably going to hold every play too.
Yeah,
or I'm going to cut them jokers at the knees all night long.
The problem with those two guys is they're so athletic, they're probably going to just jump over you if you cut them.
That's a good point.
They are for big guys, they are really athletic. You see Nate, Nate used to play basketball, and boy, under the paint, he moved really good in the paint.
They can move. They've got that long reach.
And that's the evolution of the defensive ends.
Yeah.
The evolution. Yeah. You think about these defensive ends like Nate Jennings. That's what everybody's looking for. Tall, rangy.
Yes.
Somebody who athletic, strong.
Jalen's got like a 7-foot wingspan.
Yes. They can stay disconnected from that offensive lineman.
Wildcat formation to the running back. He's not going to go very far. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 12.
Mark lost his helmet.
Caleb Sanders was the running back out of the Wildcat for Bob Jones.
I'm curious to see what they do right here. Right, 4th and 12.
But they're so far in our end zone.
Yeah, they're down.
Unless they quick kick again. They're bringing the quarterback back on.
So Washington, still the running back.
What the heck are we doing? The Stripes are sending more guys off the field. Now this is what, Jake Kreider?
Yep.
Jack Kreider.
Jack Kreider.
The officials are changing our own personnel for both teams at will.
On his chin,
at will.
Oh, his chin strap was loose.
So 4th down and about 12. So Graham's going to draw back to pass. Got people in its face. Throws it up towards the end zone. It's going to be pass interference.
Yep.
That was huge.
And the bad part is he had great position. His head was on the ball, and then he turned his back to him late.
Coach Johnson's exactly right. He had good position. He turned and saw the ball. Then he turned back, and he kind of readjusted late.
If he'd have just kept his eye on the ball, I think he runs it down and either catches it or knocks it down.
Yeah, if he'd have just stayed with the play originally, he probably would have been fine. The other thing is, one of our big defensive ends has got a great pass rush going again, but he's getting pulled down by another hole.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
So they're going to call the pass interference, which is going to give them a 1st down.
And put them down inside the 15.
In James Clemens territory. So that's going to be put at the 14-yard line for Bob Jones. So 1st down.
Yeah, Jalen came through with extreme prejudice, but he's getting pulled down.
So 10:28 left to play in the first half. Going to hand it off to number 2 for Bob Jones. He's going to be tackled at the 8-yard line.
It's Caleb Sanders.
Yep, he's the quicker of the two backs.
Absolutely.
Well, he's much smaller and nimble, of course.
They use him more as a receiver slot guy, throw those quick screens to him usually, and then we'll rotate him back in his position.
So Sanders is going to get the ball again up the middle. He's going to be knocked down for no gain.
Big Poe! Big Poe! I hear you, Big Poe.
When Poe hits you, it's like 3 guys.
But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think Poe hit him. I think Poe shoved the center back into him.
And Sanders is coming off.
That was a collision.
And in comes Washington and number 20, Monroe.
Yeah, Washington comes in and says,
So we're back at Wildcat
do that to me.
with the 2 bigger backs.
Yep, so Washington is going to be your Wildcat back. There's the snap. Going to fake the handoff. Washington's going to run it up the middle. He's going to be stopped short of the 1st down. So it's going to be a 4th down. 4th down and about a yard.
That's a really good job of Nate working down the line and hitting him from an angle so you can get him on the ground. You hit him head on, you're going to lose a lot of times. He hit him from an angle, and he went down in a hurry.
So let's see what they do. Monroe comes out. Back comes Graham. Washington's going to stay in. 4th and 2. Ball spotted at the 6-yard line of James Clemens.
Big play right here, Jets. Let's go.
So here we go. Need that defensive stop.
Oh, timeout.
Timeout on the field.
Bob Jones.
So Bob Jones wants to talk a little bit more about it. So we'll keep it here and just kind of go through this kind of sequence of events. Before we do that, you can tune in to Play Action Sports Update 3 times each weekday for school, youth, and amateur sports news from the Limestone County area on 1080 AM WKAC. And I do want to remind everybody that we've already done our in-flight movie quote.
We have.
And if you haven't called it in, you need to do that. 256-434-1727. If you know the answer to that.
And so now if I throw out another quote, you just got it doesn't count.
I was about to say,
we're bad about
I know
that.
it can get confusing because if you're familiar with our broadcast, we throw out movie quotes
all the time.
it's nothing. I mean it's in our normal conversation.
We're liable to wax on, wax off here in a minute, and
wax on, wax off.
That's not the quote. Just so y'all know,
wax on, wax off.
But guys, so it's 4th and 2, right here. Ball at the James Clemens 6-yard line, and need that defensive stop.
Yeah, in the huddle, I'm sure coaches were telling everybody to adjust your knee pads. Fix all your chin straps.
Make sure your gloves are whatever.
Gloves are strapped and according to color. Fix your eye black.
Make sure your American flag is the right size on your jersey.
Correct stickers.
So Graham in the pistol with Washington behind him.
Ridiculous.
2 splits to the far side. Going to hand it off to Washington. He's got a hole. He's going to go right through the big hole on the far side. Touchdown.
Well, that's a good read on their running back because the defensive end caved inside. Offensive line, the tackle did exactly what he should have done, right? If defensive end comes inside, just try and wash him down. It looked like the running back's trying to go there, take that hole, but once he read that block, he just cut right off the outside of it. Outside linebacker can't fill it in time in that short yardage situation.
So huge penalty hurts us, gives them an opportunity to get deep into James Clemens territory, and Bob Jones takes advantage of that. The kick is up, and it is no good. Didn't even make it to the upright. So your score with 8:54 left to play in this opening half, James Clemens 7, Bob Jones 6. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. It's all good. It's all good. 8:54 left to play in this opening half here at Madison City School Stadium. James Clemens with a 1-point lead, 7-6 over the inner-city rivals, Bob Jones Patriots. So,
Who?
Yeah, the Who's.
Bob who?
I know you're not going to say it.
Bob who?
Cares.
So you've got Cooper and Doty back deep to receive. They're standing at about their 10-yard line, 8-yard line if you want to go technical. But we'll see what happens here as a number 47 Stewart for the Patriots gets ready to kick off.
It'll be interesting to see if that plays a big role in this game, that missed extra point. We watched some of the Athens stuff last week. He does not have a big leg by any means.
No,
and that looked like one of my golf shots that I got hit really fat, that you could take up about half the grass and the dirt.
Coach, I've seen you play golf.
And it goes straight up in the air and comes back down.
I've seen you play golf. And when you got that hybrid on, you are
driving iron.
You are money.
A little driving iron.
Money.
So here's the kick. It's going to be short. I can tell you right now the way he's lining up. It might even be onside the way he's setting up.
Little sky kick.
So here it is. It is a sky kick right here. Looks like Stinson's going to get that one at about the 26 yard line.
Come on, Brody.
It's going to be brought down at the 37. So 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 37.
Hang on, Brody. Hang on. He's holding that thing in 2 hands.
Well, he did. He wasn't going to let that one go.
But it wasn't tucked away. It just scares me to death when you see a defensive back running with the ball.
Top jet candidate right there, Brody Stinson.
Top jet, yeah. One of our proud top jet candidates being voted on.
You got to love that. Got to love that.
Oh, great young man.
We have nothing but good things to say about Brody Stinson.
That's right.
If I haven't said it, I'm going to say it now. Those are some great-looking helmets that James Clemens has. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. James Clemens at their own 38-yard line. Marsh in the backfield. He's got Barry back there with him as Cooper goes into motion. Going to fake the handoff to Barry. Throw it over to Doty. Doty with a nice catch across the middle. Makes one-man move. Still on his feet. Past the 30. Brought down out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. 25. First down, James Clemens.
So that is the pass we were talking about last week that Ty did so well as a sophomore last year when he was thrown to the fire. He's set up. He's got time. His feet are set, and he delivers that slant and that post over the middle as well as anybody.
It's a short timing route.
Yes.
And like you said, setting his feet and making the throw, just delivering a good ball. And Ty always does such a great job when you give him a little bit of space.
And how much of an advantage is it? Our receivers don't even have to break stride.
Oh, it's great.
That's the biggest part of it.
Those short timing routes are awesome for us.
And then Doty makes one move, and he's
one move and picks up 30 yards.
So Marsh rolls out to the near side, looking to throw it to Doty, deep into the end zone. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. They're not going to call that.
I guess they're going to say it was uncatchable because the ball's 5 yards out of bounds.
But I will say this. He was held at about the 3-yard line.
If nothing else, I mean, the fact that the guy was obstructing him from finishing a route, maybe you can make that argument. But, yeah, Coach Johnson's right. With the ball being thrown where it was is probably a right no call there.
You could have got a hold maybe if it was before the ball was let go. You get a hold. But he was definitely locked up with the guy.
The guy pinned him up, keeping him from finishing a route. Well, if Ty throws that thing in the end zone, you may get a call on that.
So you've got Doty and Cooper split to the near side, which is closest to us.
Hey, but look, let's be fair right there.
So last week
we saw Ty in 3 different situations where he gets stressed out in that situation and throws the ball into an area that was not good for us.
Dangerous, yeah.
In that right there, on a first down, you got nothing to lose by throwing that ball out of bounds, and let's line up and play second down.
That's right.
So it's a smart move on his part.
So it's time now for North Alabama Gas District Scoreboard, where we serve Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig. Taking a look at the scoreboard, Deschler up 28-0 on West Limestone in the second quarter. East Limestone 7, Fairview 21. That's in the second quarter. Tanner with a big lead in the second quarter over Tharptown 35-0. And Athens increases their lead 24-7 over the Red Raiders of Decatur. That is your North Alabama District Scoreboard serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig, because if you don't, that's bad news. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. After the timeout, James Clemens still has 2 timeouts left in this opening half. You got Stacks on the near side. That's Doty and Cooper. You've got, looks like, Barry in the backfield. Marsh throwing it up to the end zone. Nobody there. And it looked like another hold right there on, was that for Forey? He was held? Or Eggert?
I think it was Eggert. Eggert just kind of got bumped and held up from his route.
Yeah, they're not. They didn't call that.
Probably not enough to make a call. I mean, again, he's got to learn to run through that.
Yeah.
I mean, really fight through that, because it's so close to the line of scrimmage where he got bumped. You're allowed enough contact right there. He's got to be able to just force his way through that.
And I mean, he's big enough to where he can do that.
Yeah, he's put on enough muscle he needs to just run through that route.
It takes a little want to.
So it looks like we've got Little and Doty closest to us, as Cooper's going to come out here towards the screen. As Marsh is throwing it towards the end zone. Incomplete in the end zone again. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
It actually wasn't a bad pass. We just rounded that route off and turned around and got flat, kind of like an outfielder backpedaling.
Yeah, Eggert just wasn't able to get turned around.
If he'd have stayed more vertical where he was originally going, that pass is right on him.
So Ortiz comes in to try the field goal. So let's see. He's going to be at the 27.
37.
So a 37-yarder. We've actually got a much better angle sitting over here to see these field goals go through on the visitor side. So at least I think we do.
So there's that.
So there is that. So here we go. Here's the snap. Kick is up.
Get there.
Just a little bit more. It's going to be wide right. Wide right. So missed field goal opportunity there by James Clemens. Going to turn it over to Bob Jones at their own 27-yard line.
20.
No, I mean 20, because you got to move it back.
High school rules. Yeah.
Yep, you are correct.
That's the beauty of the high school rules. You can take a shot right there, and it doesn't hurt you too bad.
So, this rivalry is kind of sets it up. You mentioned it earlier. Since it's region, we play right off the bat early in the season, Region 8. And almost like the winner needs to be first place, because if you ain't first,
you're last.
We said it again. I don't know how to say it anymore. So there you go. Handoff to Washington up the middle, trying to find a hole. He is a load, guys, as he gets to the 25-yard line.
He just, whenever handoff he gets, he just barrels up in there. And he's a big guy. I mean, we talked about him last year.
Yeah.
Just a load coming through there, and he comes so hard.
So Washington in the backfield again with Graham. One split to each side for Bob Jones. I don't see Graham doing a lot of passes tonight unless they get just...
they're going to take care of him. He's going to get throws behind the line of scrimmage, or he's going to get short throws.
Or throw it up and hope for the interference like we got, on a long third down or whatever.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking about he can't have had many reps, right?
So handoff to Washington again. He's going to be tackled by his own guy.
Yeah, well, kind of.
His own guy popped him into
hugged him, and then pulled him about 3 or 4 yards.
So that brings up third down and about 1 after that gain. No huddle. Again, 2 splits to either or 1 split to either side. Washington in the backfield with Graham at quarterback, the sophomore. So they are, their starter was hurt last week against Athens, and I think their second-string quarterback was hurt against Athens. So handoff again to Washington, and he's going to put his head down and get the first down as he crosses the 30 down to about the...
Get up, Brody.
34. So Brody Stinson does get up a little slow, but he stays in.
He got the worst of that crash with Washington right there.
So now Washington comes out, gives him a breather. Caleb Sanders, number 2, comes in. So trips to the far side, 1 split to the near. As Sanders is to Graham's right. Graham looks to the sidelines to get the call. A lot of hand motions over there on the Bob Jones side. So 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Fake the handoff. Drops back to pass. Looks to throw it deep. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. Huge loss there. I'll let y'all make the call. Who made that sack?
I think you give a half a sack to both our defensive ends. I think Brown and Big Nate Jennings got there at about the same time.
Yeah, they kind of met each other at the quarterback.
Hey, next play, I'll meet you at the quarterback.
Meet you at the quarterback. So 2nd down and about 18 as the ball is now spotted after that huge sack at the 25-yard line of Bob Jones.
Well, the big deal about that is they can't just pound the middle of with the run, right now.
Yeah,
because they've got to get some chunk yards.
You got to start spreading it out. So screen pass over to the far side.
Well,
nice little hole there as he picks up some big yards past the original line of scrimmage, then back past the 35 down to the 36-yard line. So it's going to bring up 2nd down for Bob Jones. It's a huge gain on that screenplay, and that's going to be a heat timeout on the field. With 5:24 left to play in this first half, James Clemens on top 7-6 over the Madison City rivals, Bob Jones Patriots, here at Madison City School Stadium. You can go to your Amazon Echo device and say, Alexa, open PAS Plus, and hear our coverage of James Clemens football in what? Crystal clear quality all season long.
Crystal clear.
We've stated before. Our voices may not be crystal clear, but the sound
is solid. I do want to point out one other thing. Just aside from football, even though this is kind of a carryover from softball and baseball season, Tim's got his Superman shoes on.
That's not worked well for softball.
It worked well for baseball.
I think we're 0-2 with softball and the Superman shoes, but
what's the baseball record?
Coach Johnson loves the Superman shoes.
It took a long time for us to lose when he had those Superman shoes on.
It did.
It finally happened.
So 3rd and 7, ball at the Bob Jones 36-yard line. So Bob Jones with the ball. It's time now for a defensive stop here for James Clemens. As you've got Caleb Sanders in the Wildcat, and he's going to take the snap.
Come on.
Makes a wide turn. Picks up the first down, pushed out of bounds.
Gosh, we were doing a good job.
I don't know.
Stringing that thing out, but
he didn't get it.
They're going to say he's short.
Well, they'll go for this
by about a yard.
Boy, but if you go for it right here, I mean, Washington's going to get 2 yards usually.
You would think,
but you're going to do that in your own side of the 50.
Yeah, that's a tough gamble.
So Washington is coming in. Sanders is going out. So they're going to keep Washington and Monroe, and I'm going to gamble that Washington is going to be a Wildcat.
Yeah.
As Monroe is going to stay in.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
Well, they took a bunch of the big boys out. Could this be one of those little quick kick deals? We're back for the quick kick.
Yeah. So penalty flag, time ran out.
Well, here's the deal. I think we did an excellent job in preparation right there because we saw it last week. We went ahead and put a guy back for that quick kick, but we loaded the middle of that offensive line in anticipation for him to go ahead and do the Wildcat run.
So Bob Jones calls their third and final timeout of the first half with 5:10 left to play in the opening half. James Clemens on top 7-6. And all you got to do is stick around for the post-game show as we announce our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Night. Our featured Jet will get a gift card from Mellow Mushroom. And again, in the post-game show, we love to give away food, and Mellow Mushroom is one of our sponsors, and we thank them as well.
Who doesn't love food?
Oh, always, man. Always. Always. Love some food. So we do have a winner.
Look at us.
We do have a winner of our in-flight movie quote.
Oh, another winner.
The in-flight movie quote winner is Brett Burgess, and he says, if you ain't first, you're last.
I know that guy.
Ricky Bobby.
I know that guy. I'm surrounded by winners in my life.
I tell you, man.
Here's going to be the problem. If we keep this up, people are going to think we're cheating. I mean, we got two coaches.
Listen, you guys. It's James Clemens. We got people listening.
Oh yeah.
So you're bound to run into some people that you know. Congratulations to Coach Brett Burgess and winning that in-flight movie quote. The handoff to Washington. He gets the first down. It's still on his feet.
Oh,
finally drugged down in James Clemens territory at James Clemens 45.
And if you know Brett Burgess, he's really competitive. So if you ain't first, you're last. Fits him really well.
So Brett Burgess texts us in the answer to 256-434-1727. That's 256-434-1PAS. And he won a $10 credit to Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. Congratulations, Coach Brett Burgess, our winner of the in-flight movie quote.
You know,
handed off to Sanders. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Boy, somebody
they're
came
give
up
him a
and
yard
filled right there. You got Jalen Ruffin getting up. Is that Mark? Yeah, of course it is. Mark Woods. He came flying in from that safety position. He is not afraid to fill a gap.
Now, let me ask y'all this about Mark, because we've seen him for several years now.
Yeah, he's 22 years old.
And he does not have yellow gloves anymore.
He does not have yellow. That's what I was looking for.
It's harder to find him, isn't it?
I was trying to find him.
Yeah.
Last year
I was actually looking through my computer screen trying to see him, and y'all told me he didn't have yellow gloves on.
Uh-uh.
We don't video it. So.
Yeah. Referees have put him out of the game.
So Graham takes a snap, hands it off to Monroe. Monroe slips and falls.
Slipped up, didn't he?
For no gain on the play. He's going to bring up third down and 9.
That's big because they can't just line up and hand it to 8. Well, they can.
They could.
But the fact that it's going to be third and about 9 is a little tougher option there for them.
So looking at a 3rd and 9 from the James Clemens 44-yard line for Bob Jones. 3:40 and counting in this opening half. James Clemens holding on to a 1-point lead, 7-6 against their rivals at Madison City. So you got Washington and Monroe both in the backfield along with Graham. One split each side. Graham takes a snap, hands it off to Washington. Washington trying to find a hole. He does find it. Gets to the 40-yard line way short of the first down, so it's going to be 4th and 6 for Bob Jones.
Well, could be 2-down territory. That maybe went ahead and handed it to him up the middle.
You know, they gave us a different set that time. That time splitting the backs with the quarterback, and they lead with one back and wrap Washington around. And it paid off for them. I mean, it was a good set for them to try and get yardage in a long yardage situation instead of just diving straight ahead and making it easy reads for the linebackers. Now it makes it tougher for them. They picked up good yardage, but our guys did a great job of kind of scraping over to it, and we ended up having a gang tackling. And here we go now.
Wildcat formation. Nope, it's going to be a quick kick as Washington's back in the back. Quick kick up, and it's high. Just not going very far.
Stay away
Everybody
from
get
it.
back, and it's going to take a James Clemens bounce and fielded at the James Clemens. Looks like they're going to say the 13-yard line. So 1st and 10, James Clemens with 2:28 left to play in this opening half.
Now we're going to take that about the 19.
So they're going to move it up. Oh, yeah, man, I'm sorry. I forgot where the 20 was. It was blocked.
That's all right.
Well, we're in an odd angle.
That's why
are
you
at a different
guys,
angle.
listen, that's why I got you.
We're just here to help.
You are.
We got to work our kinks out last week.
It's my first James Clemens broadcast of the year. Football. I mean, I did it in spring.
Yeah, you're just here to just make sure we're keeping you honest.
I appreciate that. Honest Coffee is one of our sponsors. In-flight movie quote again.
I heard Coach Burgess won that.
He did. Congratulations.
You know, Pat Summitt said you win with people. I feel like I'm surrounded by winners tonight.
There's no doubt.
So empty backfield with Marsh. He's got trips to the near side. Now everybody's shifting. Good Lord.
Line change.
We went trips to the far side. As looked like Williams. Nope, that's
Williams.
Is that Williams? Yeah, Williams with the ball carry. He picks up a hard 6 yards on that.
I'm telling you, we had the entire defense for the Patriots spread out, and it looks like we ran the ball to the one place where they had a concentrated red jerseys.
And we still picked up 6.
Granted, we're up here. They can't see that. But we ran to the one place where there's a concentration of enemy.
Yeah.
So they say he only got 3 yards on the carry, so 2nd down and 7. We're at 2 minutes in the opening half. Marsh going to fake the handoff. Looks to pass now. He's going to roll to the far side. Sets his feet. He's got Cooper.
Yeah! What a
catches at the 20. The 10. He's in. Touchdown! James Clemens. What a pass. Marsh to Cooper.
That's a big
78-yard touchdown pass. A completion to Cooper right before halftime.
Big-time play.
Well, once again, what happened? He rolled and scrambled like we saw last week, but instead of trying to throw on the run, he set his feet. And Kimbrew is laughing at me because I went to stand up to celebrate and about jerked his headset off my head when this cord
I
got
wasn't
caught.
sure if you were injured or not because you went up and as quickly you went back down.
I just lost my right ear. We're good.
Well, listen, my media credentials caught on this pedestal right here. Ortiz's kick, it's up and it's blocked. It is blocked, so with 1:41 left to play in the opening half, James Clemens 13, Bob Jones 6. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus.
Local high school sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the county commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. As a 78-yard touchdown pass, Marsh to Cooper. And I tell you, man, that was a great pass play to put James Clemens up by 7, 13-6. Your score.
You want to know, we had Dr. D on last week at halftime. You want to know why our guys love him? He is down there on the push-up board doing the push-ups for that touchdown.
Yes. Come on now.
They had him lifted up on the push-up board above their heads, and Dr. D knocked out the 13 push-ups.
The student section erupted after that play. Well, the whole sideline, the whole stadium over here erupted on that big touchdown play. Great pass from Ty Marsh. Incredible ball he threw. And now we've muffed the return.
Kickoff return.
Hey, I don't know who that kid was.
Number 28, Mason Rose. With a huge hit. Huge hit to knock that kick returner back.
All right, so he fields it or attempts to field it at about the 3.
Yes.
And muffs it, and on his third attempt to pick it up, he takes about 2 steps to his left, and he got rocked.
I'm going to tell you what.
I mean, rocked so hard that he takes about 3 steps and stumbles into the end zone.
And he put his helmet right in his shoulder, and, I mean, that guy flew from about the 3 to the end zone.
Forgive me for screaming, guys, but we had a huge touchdown pass. And I'm going to you can't throw a ball better than Ty Marsh threw that ball.
Once again,
you said he rolling to his right, rolls, and then sets his feet and delivers a perfect ball right over the defender's hands.
Didn't break stride.
Right over the defender's hands, and the receiver never broke stride.
And it was a tight window. The receiver did not have terrible coverage.
No, he had great coverage.
We actually had him open earlier.
Yes.
And he closed the gap. And I thought, well, we're not going to have a shot. He's going to get knocked away. And, boy, you're talking about missed him.
Great ball.
It's almost like a hop throw from right to third base.
And then how momentum changes. The student section erupts, the stadium erupts, and then we go down there and we rock somebody's head on a kickoff.
Yeah.
So Washington gets the ball up the middle, picks up 6 yards on that play. They were first and 10 from their own 5-yard line, moves that out to about the 11.
Man.
So 1:20 and counting in this opening half. James Clemens with a 13-6 lead over Bob Jones. And I don't know. I think Bob Jones is going to just try to run this clock out and get into halftime.
Absolutely.
And readjust.
Right now they want to get to halftime.
Yeah, right now the momentum is with James Clemens.
Everything is with James
so
Clemens.
They want to try to squash.
Are you kidding
this.
me? The principal of the school's over there doing push-ups.
I will say this.
And got the student section erupting. Are you kidding? You want to get in the locker room as quick as you can.
I thought I saw he was winded. Washington takes the handoff up the middle again. He's going to be wrapped up for no gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 4 for Bob Jones as we're at 45 seconds.
How you going to beat a school when the principal's over there getting the student section going wild?
I'm going to tell you what. They got Kimbrough riled up, too. He's got his hat on backwards.
Do I really?
He's just switched the gears.
Yeah, I do.
You didn't even know you did it.
He was way but loose, kind of turned that in there, a little Philo Beto. Y'all don't even know that.
Like an over the top.
I thought it was like over the top.
Oh, yeah,
over the top.
A little Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, he turned it on. That's
like
right.
I'm about to arm wrestle for custody of my child.
Now, you can download a copy of this game if you want because it's an exciting game.
He's kidding, jokes. He's kidding.
I forgot I am supposed to arm wrestle tonight.
He's trying to do an ad.
Yeah, you can download a copy of this game to listen to on demand by going to PASnetwork.net. There's a streaming schedule of all of our upcoming games and links to our mobile apps too. I don't know if you want to download this, but you can just go to the archive and check it out. Download this one. I mean, I tell you, we are just fans calling a game.
There was one point a couple weeks ago where I think there was an arm wrestle challenge for who got the press box tonight for our broadcast versus Bob Jones. And I think this inner over the top that you flipped your hat on.
I'm ready now.
You missed the window.
You missed the window because we're sitting over here.
I forgot about it, honestly. It never got brought up. It never got brought up again.
That's all good. I like our situation.
I'll meet it. I do
all
like
right.
midfield at halftime.
3rd and 4, 39 seconds left. It's going to be a snap straight to Sanders as he's going to be brought down short of the first down by about a yard.
They're happy. Take a timeout, Coach McGee. Take a timeout, Coach McGee.
They're going to say,
hey, that's what I'm talking about, boys.
Took that timeout.
Look, yes, sir.
Sheffield just came out in you there. Got a little excited, a little country right here.
So that'll be the 3rd and final timeout for the Jets.
Well, let's think about
opening
this,
half.
You're trying to get a fumble right here.
Well,
they're going to keep running.
Well, they're going to give him the first down.
Wait a minute.
So
we wouldn't have called.
No.
See, that's what Chad's arguing right now.
They're arguing right now that it's going to be 4th down.
And he wouldn't have called the timeout.
Right. And
With
Coach
the first down.
look, when Coach Rich is out past the numbers, there's a problem. And Coach Rich is letting them know. Coach McGee's upset about it, too.
And Burke. Well, Burke's upset all the time.
Yeah, Burke stays upset. From kickoff till the alma mater plays, Burke is upset.
So 3rd and final timeout for James Clemens.
Coach Rich is really upset now.
Yeah, that means he did not get the 4th down.
They did not want a timeout if there was a first down. And, of course, they obviously didn't think that this was going to be a first down. Otherwise, they wouldn't have taken a timeout.
Well, they said one of the guys put up 3 like it was 3rd down.
Right. I mean, so the point here is if it's going to be 4th down, you take the timeout, you force them to punt.
And you've still got time on the clock.
And then you're going to get the ball in a decent field position.
But
to try and take one play.
Yeah.
But now you're going to give them – and they look, Bob Jones doesn't want to take a shot right here. They want to get out of here and go to the halftime.
Sure.
But
so 1st and 10, Bob Jones.
You don't want to take
breaks
that
a tackle or something right here, and then just it gets ugly.
From their own 14-yard line, 27 seconds left to play. Graham going to look to take a shot. He's going to throw it up. He's got his man looking to throw it deep, and there's going to be a penalty flag. Pass interference. Everybody's throwing a flag.
And it's the right call.
And we got a sideline. Oh, no.
Yeah, there's a sideline.
He just got a flag.
Yeah, he did. He did. He was still yelling about that 4th down.
Believe me.
But the pass interference over here.
Look, I'm sure Coach Rich called a flag, and I'm sure it was justified. But I'm also sure Coach Rich was right in whatever he said.
Yeah, but here's the problem, boys and girls. I get that. But you're going to get 15 on the pass interference. You're going to get another 15 on this flag over here. That puts them at their 40, and now that shot they just took, he's down near the end zone.
Listen, I'm sure in a very professional and polite way he was letting the official know that was his fault. And he's right.
So 1st and 10.
Is it possible to take a timeout back?
No, not now.
Yeah. Well, I meant before the play.
Yeah, it could have, maybe.
Oh, wait. If you're going to give them a first down, never mind. We don't want our timeout back.
So, pass interference. That's against the coach.
As a guy,
everybody's sitting here waiting to see what happens when he gets back to the sideline.
As a guy that's been down there and gotten that happen to him, it's never fun. You don't want to look down to your head coach when you're the guy that got penalized either.
At the end of a half?
At the end of a half.
No, that's the worst time. Knowing that if another one happens, your head coach is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so not fun.
And you don't see it that often in football.
It depends on if I'm coaching or not.
I'm just saying.
It happened to me several times, Coach.
But, I mean, typically they get away with a lot.
You do get a little leeway, yeah. But, hey, have you seen this crew tonight?
So after the penalties, it's 1st and 10. Bob
I think
Jones,
some of them have double yellow handkerchiefs.
They do. From their own 45-yard line with 20 seconds left to play.
They've enjoyed throwing flags.
So we've had a pass interference, unsportsmanlike conduct on the sidelines.
Well, but now there's the way that Chad reacted is like it was another sideline warning, which it's our second one, so we get a flag.
Yeah.
But it was definitely at Coach Rich.
Yeah. So Graham's going to draw back to pass. Oh, he's going to be hit as he throws.
Uh-oh.
Yes! He's going to be picked off.
Another interception.
Interception. Go out of bounds.
Crider.
Go out of bounds.
We got 10 seconds. Stop the clock.
10 seconds. Woo! He was hit hard.
Yes, he was. Quarterback was hit.
Jalen Brown with the hit. The ball kind of fluttered.
Kind of fluttered? That thing was a wounded duck if I've ever seen one.
Well, he hit him right as he was trying to throw it.
Yeah.
And old Jack Crider standing there was the recipient.
He had to wait on that thing like second-day air from FedEx.
And there was nobody around.
So 9 seconds left on the clock. You've got time for at least 2 plays to the end zone.
Ooh, they got to be quick ones.
So no timeouts left for either team. And
well, not now that we wasted that one.
Was that our last one?
Thanks to the Zebras.
Yeah, we had 3. Yep. So Marsh in the shotgun. Stinson and Doty over here to the near side. Marsh is going to run up, throw it off his back foot to Doty. Doty catches it at the one. Touchdown! Yeah! James Clemens.
I caught myself.
I got you some slack.
30-yard touchdown reception. Marsh to Doty with no time on the clock.
Super drawn-up play that time by Coach Truitt. Right? They got exactly what they wanted. Kind of scissored those guys out here on this side. And then you end up with Ty just wide open sitting at the corner of the end zone, and he did the smart thing. He sat down early and made it easier for his quarterback to drop that thing in short. He ain't got to make a perfect throw. He just drops the ball short.
Because he was on the run, right?
Yes.
And here's something else he did that he didn't do last week. He stepped up into the pocket.
Yes, he stepped up in the pocket.
Instead of trying to go around everybody and throwing.
So Marsh is going under center. We're going to go for 2. He's got Williams behind him. Quick pass over to Doty. Doty catches it off the ground. They say it's fair.
Nowhere to go.
He's tackled out of bounds. That's going to end the half. But what an exciting first half for James Clemens. No time on the clock here at Madison City School Stadium. James Clemens, 19. Patriots, 6 in the Madison City Bowl. You're listening to James Clemens Jets football on PAS+.
Here's what's on the Jets' radar. Tomorrow, the varsity volleyball team will compete in the Tournament of Champions in Guntersville. The cross-country teams will run in the Chickasaw Trails Invitational, and the swim and dive teams will be at the Huntsville Invitational. On Monday, the freshman and JV football teams will take on the other school at Madison City Stadium. The varsity volleyball team will host Muscle Shoals on Tuesday. We'll be back with more James Clemens coverage from Play Action Sports.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being. and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza, in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus. It's halftime. James Clemens on top 19-6 over the Bob Jones Patriots. Let's take it down to the field and listen to the James Clemens Marching Band performing at halftime. That was the James Clemens Marching Band. I heard a little ABBA in there with a little Dancing Queen. Always do a great job. And towards the end right there, they did the stadium lights with a nice little light show to go along with their performance. It's halftime. James Clemens on top 19-6 over the Bob Jones Patriots. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to the head volleyball coach at James Clemens, Coach Genesis Taylor. Stick around. We'll have her on next. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at Tzatziki'sCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Local high school sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. Ready to show off your film IQ? Ready to show it off during James Clemens football? Maybe it sounds like trying to mix oil and water, but hey, we're just trying to have a little fun. Listen for our in-flight movie quote during James Clemens football coverage on PAS+. We'll slip in a line at some point during our play-by-play commentary, and if you can identify the movie that it's from, text the answer along with your name to 434-1-PAS. That's 434-1727, and you could win a $10 credit from Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. The in-flight movie quote from Honest Coffee Roasters and PAS+.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS+. Your score, James Clemens on top 19-6 over their cross-city rivals, the Bob Jones Patriots here at Madison City School Stadium. I'm Kirk Pierce, and joining with me tonight, we're not in a booth. We're on the visiting side. We're up here in the stands at James Clemens, since we're the visitors at Madison City School tonight. Yep. I've got head volleyball coach, Coach Genesis Taylor. Coach Taylor, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
It is so good to have you. So you're new.
I am.
As the coach, right?
Yes.
Kind of happened a little quick, right?
It did, very quickly.
Yeah. So tell the audience a little bit about yourself, how you got your start, how did you get to this point right here in your career?
Right. So I do have a background in volleyball. So I played at James Clemens for 4 years under Coach Smith or Coach Wood. And I played for her from my sophomore to my senior year. I also currently coach travel ball. So last year I coached at United, and this year I'll coach at NASA. So I do have coaching experience in that aspect, not necessarily school. So I reached out to Coach Mays when she was there and asked her, hey, do you want any help? I kind of miss being around volleyball. And so she basically told me, our JV coach is leaving. We would love for you to be our JV coach. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was super excited, having the role as a coach at the school, but not just the head coach of the varsity team. just because I'm also a registered nurse, so like balancing both has been difficult but fun. And so during the middle of the summer, probably end of June, she basically told us that she was leaving. And so I just kind of took over by myself, JV and the varsity, during the summer. And it was difficult, but I feel like the girls took on the challenge and they were very respectful about it. And so it was pretty much me from June to like the first week of school, so the very first week of August. And then I got some help for JV, so there's now a JV coach. But that's kind of how everything.
So you really were. I mean, and that's awesome that you were really looking to get back into something you love.
Right.
That's a passion.
Right.
You know, but obviously being a registered nurse, I know that can take up a lot of your time.
Yes.
Now you're a head coach.
Yes.
And now you're coming in. So tell us a little bit about how the season's going so far.
Yeah. So the season is 50-50.
Sure.
I feel like we're kind of starting off rough, but I do see improvement with each game, each practice. I have most of my girls, this is their first year on varsity.
Okay.
So like even my starting libero, she's a sophomore this year, so they're very, very new. Haven't played together, for a very long time. So it's been a challenge, but I definitely see improvement each day that we practice.
So for me, my daughter played volleyball.
Yeah.
And she took that up in middle school and then went into high school and played it. And it took me forever to understand what a libero did and that they're the ones with a different colored jersey.
Yep.
And I just didn't understand it. But now I understand what a libero is.
Yep.
So, I'm with you. But that's awesome because you're seeing growth in these young girls. But you're making an impact with them as well. But what about you as a coach?
Right.
How do you feel you've grown just in the couple of months you've been doing this?
Yep. So I guess the biggest thing that I've learned is I love my girls.
There you go.
But it's very different from when I played. So when I played under Coach Smith, it was hard, it was challenging, it was fun, and she had like a harder style of coaching, but we knew she loved us.
Sure.
And I feel like even like when I played in college, the type of player I was, I don't need you to just say, hey, you got it. I need you to yell at me and,
Sure,
be a little rough. But I've just had to realize, everybody needs a different style of coaching. Some things that may not work for one girl, may not work for the other girl. So I feel like I've definitely grown and tried to just, understand my players. And just actually learning the game, too, on the opposite side of the ball, not necessarily playing,
right.
But sitting on the sideline and actually seeing, the game has been also very helpful.
So you coming from James Clemens,
yes.
Now coming back to James Clemens,
yes.
You're part of this county line culture.
I am.
And do you feel that?
I do.
Yeah?
Yep,
Do you feel this community?
I sure do. Yep.
And that's the thing for me. I didn't grow up around here, but been doing this for several years now, and that's the one thing that I try to say to everybody that I talk to about James Clemens is kind of a new school, but it's been around a while now.
Right.
But there's that culture, and each one of these coaches and these students, they take that with them, and I can see that with you.
Yes.
So you feel that?
I do. I sure do.
Well, so what can we do to help you? What is there things that we in the community or the people here within James Clemens or just around? How can we help you be successful?
Yeah. So I would just definitely say just kind of getting the word out about our games
Sure.
And tournaments. A lot of the girls, which honestly, when we played Bob Jones, they're a very good team. But honestly, the girls did really well against them. Just, being supportive and broadcasting our games and just people coming out and having fun and enjoying our games. That would be great.
Well, I know you've been on Applebee's Tailgate Talk,
yes.
And so we want to have you again,
yes,
as soon as we can. And it's been awesome talking to you, Coach
Thank
Taylor.
You.
I wish you much success. I hope that you stick around, and I hope this time next year we'll be talking about year 2.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I look forward to it. Well, that's Coach Genesis Taylor, head volleyball coach here at James Clemens. We're at halftime, 19-6 your score. James Clemens on top of Bob Jones. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
When you're searching for a home or selling your current one, you want guidance from someone you trust. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty has been an active member of the Madison-Huntsville area for many years and has a passion for hard work, integrity, and client service. Fallon is a Madison resident, so she's got her finger on the pulse of the community. Check out her listings online at Fallon Sloan, that's FALLONSLONE.choosecapstone.com, or call her at 256-755-0269. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty. Ever thought you'd like to have a nice privacy fence or deck, but thought it would be just too expensive? Think again. Woodard Decking and Fencing will have you throwing that backyard party before you know it. They offer top quality wood, wrought iron, aluminum, chain link, and vinyl fencing, along with decks of any style at affordable prices. They'll treat your yard as if it were their own. Commercial services are available too. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Look them up on Facebook and see what they can do for you. You can also give Darryl a call at 256-652-9234. Woodard Decking and Fencing.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Since 2014, Honest Coffee Roasters has believed that coffee should be both delicious and of the highest quality. Full-service craft coffee shops, locally owned in Madison and Huntsville, they source their coffee directly from farmers around the world, so they know the quality in each cup. And not only coffee, breakfast, lunch, acai bowls, and seasonal treats, too. Order online at honesthsb.coffee. Honest Coffee Roasters, located at 92 Shorter Street in Madison and 114 Clinton Avenue East, number 106 in Huntsville. Honest Coffee Roasters. Greg Machen Photography is Madison's premier studio and is dedicated to making you look your best, offering everything from senior portraits to weddings. Greg Machen Photography provides the highest quality prints and services the industry has to offer. Call 461-0827 or visit them online at gregmachenphotography.com. Located at 8006 Old Madison Pike in Madison, Greg Machen Photography. Join us for Applebee's Tailgate Talk every Saturday morning at 10 on WKAC. We'll talk to coaches and sports figures of local interest and get their thoughts on whatever comes down the pike. We'll also announce our latest athlete of the week and give away an Applebee's gift card and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt. Applebee's Tailgate Talk, Saturday mornings at 10 on your PAS Plus app, on your Amazon Echo or Google Home device, online at tailgatetalk.net, and on the air at 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to PAS Plus broadcast of James Clemens High School football. James Clemens on top 19-6 as we get ready to start the third quarter. Coach Kimbrough, big first half to end that. Ty Marsh with a couple of big pass plays to put some scores on the board. He also had a quarterback sneak earlier to put us at 19-6, and we're getting ready to start this action right now.
Yeah, really the second quarter belonged to the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, some big plays there on our offense, and our defense is playing like our defense is expected to play. You know, really limiting the big plays, holding the run game in check. That's what our defense does. Coach McGee, in his third year here, we know what we're going to get out of our defense. We're looking for the big plays out of our offense, and we got them in the second quarter.
So Ortiz is going to kick off from the 40-yard line as we're getting ready to start the second half, as we've gotten the crowd. I mean, Coach, you can tell this is a rivalry game because you've got
boy is it.
Across from us, it's all red.
All red.
Over here, it's all
white,
jet
and baby
blue.
Yeah.
Jet blue. Come on now.
I mean, yeah, it's right. We talked about the energy being high. I mean, it is. The intensity is lit. I mean, I took halftime and I walked down around the student section. I mean, it is, the intensity is there. People are at it. I mean, it is Madison Bowl intensity.
So Ortiz kicks it. It's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. Looks like that's Sanders. Sanders is going to cross the 15, past the 20. Pushed out of bounds, short of the 30-yard line at about the 29-yard line. So Bob Jones with the ball to start the second half, 1st and 10 from their own 29.
He slipped a couple tackles, but there's some laundry down there back about the 15.
So we'll see if there was a block in the back. That's what usually happens on a kickoff return. There's a block in the back, so we'll see what happens as the official is holding the football and walking the other way. Great interview at halftime with Coach Taylor. Coach Genesis Taylor, the head volleyball coach at James Clemens. Kind of, if you listen to the interview, you kind of tell she was kind of thrust into the position. She was going to be the JV coach.
Yeah.
And then kind of got promoted to head volleyball coach.
Yeah, she came into a tough situation.
She did.
With Coach Mays. Coach Mays came in and did 1 year as our head coach there at James Clemens, and had a situation come open for her that was just good for her, good for her situation, getting married, and just good for her home life and getting an opportunity to go back to her home school. It just happened late in the year. So I know Coach got her work cut out for her.
So Graham's going to hand it to Washington. The big man gets it to about the 10-yard line as they moved after the penalty all the way back to the 5. So he picks up 5 yards. It's going to be second down and actually going to be longer. The second down and 7. I'm going to say he picked up a few on that play. So Graham, still your quarterback. Washington, the big running back, number 8 for Bob Jones. He scored their only touchdown of the game so far.
And they're going to keep going to him. I mean, they're going to
screen pass out to Sanders.
Ball in the air.
Ball's in the air. Mark Woods had that in his hands, and it falls right out as it hit off of Sanders' helmet.
Yeah, went right through his hands and just hit him in the face mask and went straight up in the air. And Woods might have been the only guy that saw it.
He did.
And he's trying to get off the block to go make that interception.
His momentum was kind of going backwards as he was trying to. He was like reaching for the ball and couldn't quite get there.
So brings up 3rd and 7 from the Bob Jones 10. Graham, 2 splits, going to hand it off to Washington. Washington is a low, tries to get to the 15.
Oh, he didn't make it.
He's short of the 15. So it's going to bring up 4th down. That's definitely a punting situation. No sense in even trying a quick kick.
No, absolutely
just
not.
Punt it.
From this deep in your own territory.
Just punt it, guys. Finally, we see Bob Jones' punt team for the first time. Because they quick kicked the previous times, and Washington is also their punter.
Man, this will be big. I mean, coming out first drive of the second half and to get a big stop like that.
So you see Doty's lining up at the Bob Jones 45.
Right.
So if he can get this, now he's backed up to about the 47. So if he can get this and get some blocks, we could see him return it. So it's going to be a line drive punt. Doty's going to catch it. Makes one man miss. Makes another one. Oh, tries to spin out. Still on his feet.
Oh, he's coming this side.
Out. He's coming to this side.
He's got a big opening.
He's at the 40, to the 30. Makes one cut to the 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, James Clemens. I called it, people. I called it. 44-yard touchdown. Punt return. Tie. Doty.
And on cue, the jet is flying over the stadium. Look up.
You gotta love that.
Right on cue, baby.
Listen, I don't say I'm a prophet, but I tell you, when I make a call, I make a call.
That was
what a move.
Big. I
Huge.
mean, not only do you get the big defensive stop.
Sponsored by Woodard Decking and Fencing.
but big-time special teams play, and then add an extra point.
Takes our score, James Clemens, 26. Should be 26-6. We were 19, right?
Yes, 26
Okay,
to 6.
Thank you. 10-18 left to play in the third quarter. You're listening to James Clemens Jets football on PAS Plus.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on PAS Plus. 10-18 left to play in the third quarter. James Clemens strikes on a punt return for 46 yards out. Ty Doty takes her score 26-6 as Ortiz lines up to kick off for the second time this half. There's the high end-over-end kick. And they're going to blow that one dead, so it's going to be an offsides on James Clemens.
Somebody's a little quick on the takeoff.
Yep.
Well.
So we didn't really talk. We didn't have a whole lot of time to talk about it, but Tom Marsh rushed one in, 2 yards out, threw for two, 78 yards to Cooper, 30 yards with no time left on the clock to Doty, and then Doty right there, 46-yard punt return.
Well,
Well, let's talk about the return. He catches a line drive with a guy in his face.
Slips one.
He slips one,
spins out of another.
Hit by two more and spins out of it and reverses field. And what a job by our blockers on the backside.
Job.
A lot of times those guys will quit playing on this side that the play isn't too. And he came all the way back around, and we had guys lined up.
And set his blocks up well when he got downfield.
So
what a
Ortiz
kick.
kicks a line drive. It's going to go out of bounds, which is a penalty. They'll take it. So that'll give Bob Jones decent field position for the second drive of the second half. And listen, you can look for the monthly Play Action Sports column in Athens Now. We'll update you on what's been happening in local sports news, as well as upcoming games and events. The paper's free and available at businesses all around the area.
I was just listening. You said, what a kick. It looked like it was going to big open space in their kickoff right there. But it just a little too far left and went out of bounds. But from our angle, when it first was kicked, it looked like it was going to fall in that open area and just sit.
Open range of the coverage or the return team.
Like one of your approach shots into the green.
Y'all just let me know when we're ready to go play golf.
I'm ready right now.
Let's go.
Tim,
we're gone. We're leaving you to it.
Kimbrew is never not ready to play golf.
Man, I tell you, I'm ready right now. I'm with you.
Whatever vehicle I'm driving that day, the clubs are in it.
Just in case.
Just in case.
So it looks like Bob Jones is going to make.
They're going to have him kick it again.
Make him kick it again.
And why not? I mean,
sure.
let's get some practice out of this. By the way,
You're
guys,
down 20.
I did talk to Coach Rich at halftime just to make sure that what he said to the official was what I thought he said, and we're right. He was letting him know that it was his fault that we gave up the big play against the other school there after the botched
when we thought they called third down and took the timeout we wouldn't have taken.
And then, it was just pure accident that after that, the white hat ran into him. That they had some physical contact.
Yeah, because he's standing out there having a conversation, and the referee happened to run up the sideline and hit him.
Yeah.
He was out of the box, and we had already had the one flag.
Yeah, the fact that he was out near the numbers did have a little bit to do with that.
It wasn't quite that bad, but our listeners are going to.
Now,
he was at the hash. No.
Coach Kimbrew, doesn't Coach Little coach with you just some? Doesn't he coach with you a little bit?
Yeah.
A lot.
There's a high end-over-end kick. Another penalty flag as I guess we jumped the gun again. So how can you have 3 penalties in a row on the same kickoff?
Well, we just saw it. We had 2 offsides and a kick out of bounds.
So Bob Jones says, move them back.
Moving on up. But that's why, I guess probably why they had us kick it again. They could have taken the out of bounds and just done it. And
so now that Bob Jones.
Now it's almost like they had a safety.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which we kicked off from the 25 earlier, remember? Because we had that unsportsmanlike or whatever the 15-yard penalty was early in the game after the first touchdown.
So you can go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for the Applebee's Athlete of the Week and vote on the weekly poll. We'll announce the winner Saturdays between 10 and noon on Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC. The winner receives a gift card from Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. High end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded by Sanders at his own 30-yard line as he gets to the 40, and then he's still on his feet after taking a big hit, still trying to make some moves, crosses the 45, taken down at the 46-yard line. First and 10, Bob Jones from their own 46.
Cam Berry came in there number 3, our backup running back, and he smoked him, but he bounced off and kept his balance and got a few more yards out of that.
So Bob Jones with better field position than they've started in a couple of series after several penalties on a kickoff from James Clemens.
Really after all that mess, they only got 10 yards out of it.
Really?
Because, they take the penalty, it's at the 35, right? Kicking it out of bounds?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're starting at about the 46.
Yeah, it was all for naught.
So 10 yards is better than no yards, I guess. Bob Jones needs them. 20 points down, 26-6 is your score. 10:05 left to play in the third quarter as Washington in the Wildcat. Sanders is going to move him over, and Sanders is the one that's going to take the ball. Follows Washington, and Sanders is going to be brought down. Look at that tackle.
Big Poe in the middle. He shed that block in a hurry and had Sanders at his size versus Poe at his size. That's a losing battle every time.
So I saw Nate Jennings kind of get put on his back, but it was one of those ones where looks like he'd lost his balance.
Oh, yeah.
And then just kind of the blocker kind of fell on top of him, which is, hey, you got to do it to keep Jennings because he'll hustle up and make the play.
When those big uglies are in there butting heads every play, it's going to happen sometimes.
but those jet blue helmets are something. All right, here we go.
All season long.
I'll tell you.
What if we came out in that chrome helmet?
They do have a chrome helmet.
You hadn't seen that one?
Don't make me cry, boys.
They had an all-white one?
Yeah. I need to just show you a picture
No,
during
don't show
the break.
me things. Don't show me things. So penalty on Bob Jones is going to move them back on. It's going to remain first down, so it's 1st and 15. Look at that chrome helmet, folks. Y'all can't see it. I can, but that is goodness. All right, Bob Jones, Wildcat, Washington takes the direct snap, bounces it to the outside.
Found it to the outside.
He did. He's got one man to beat.
He's going to get hawked down.
Puts a stiff arm. Goodness. Finally, Mark Woods knocks him out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. So a huge run there by Washington on the Wildcat.
Look, he may stiff arm our cornerback, but he ain't stiff arming Mark Wood.
No.
Mark Woods went under that stiff arm. Hey, look, even the other school needs something to cheer about.
Well, looks like Washington needs a break after that big run.
Well, yeah, he probably needs a little oxygen.
Well, and here's the deal. They run that Wildcat, and he's been going up the middle, and he went up the middle, and our whole defense sucked inside, and he found a way to bounce out.
Sanders in the backfield with Graham. Sanders takes the ball up the middle, bounces it to the outside, makes one cut into the end zone. Touchdown, Bob Jones.
Well, we had a shot, Brody Stinson coming through that hole right there.
Yeah, big post stuffed that thing on the inside and forced the bounce, but nobody out there scraping. We talked about linebackers scraping earlier. Right now they're stuffing that inside. Nobody's scraping to that perimeter.
So Bob Jones decides to light up the lights.
Well, it's their home game.
Well, I don't know if y'all paid attention at halftime, but the band did the light show with the blue, and I'm sure y'all saw it last week. That was my first time, and I love that.
Oh, man. I can't wait till you get a home game, Kurt, when we do the national anthem and the red, white, and blue, and every time the Jets score and you get those blue flashing lights, and then you got Freak Daddy on the PA just getting everybody going crazy.
Clay will get you going.
I'm telling you.
He's fantastic.
And you got the silky smooth voice of Johnny Johnson over here.
Listen, if I think as the years continue to progress, James Clemens is going to be the talk of the town.
Are we not already?
I think we are.
I mean,
we are definitely that. All right, Bob Jones lines up for the extra point, 26-12. Currently your score with 9:36 left to play in the ball game. And let's see if James Clemens can get a hand on this one and block this one as well. Looking for the snap. Here it is. Kick is up. And it's going to knuckleball through for an extra point. So, 9:36 left to play in the third quarter. Your score, James Clemens 26, the other team 13. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
Ever thought you'd like to have a nice privacy fence or deck, but thought it would be just too expensive? Think again. Woodard Decking and Fencing will have you throwing that backyard party before you know it. They offer top-quality wood, wrought iron, aluminum, chain link, and vinyl fencing, along with decks of any style at affordable prices. They'll treat your yard as if it were their own. Commercial services are available, too. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Look them up on Facebook and see what they can do for you. You can also give Daryl a call at 256-652-9234. Woodard Decking and Fencing.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. Right here at Madison City School Stadium, Bob Jones with a huge run by the big running back Tyron Washington was able to bounce it to the outside for about a 60-yard run to the 5-yard line, pushed out of bounds, and then Caleb Sanders cleans up that and gets into the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown to bring our score 26-13. James Clemens on top. And back deep to receive, you've got Doty and you've got Cooper. And they might want to move up just a little bit because I haven't seen this guy get it to him yet.
No, not the strongest of legs. They've tried the pooch kick. I actually saw them do a squib kick in the middle of the second half last week.
Well, they might do it again. We'll get an updates on some scores from around the area after this kickoff.
You know, one new addition here to Madison City Stadium is the Jumbotron.
Which is not on tonight.
No, but when they turn that thing on, I know this. We need a picture of the PAS Plus broadcast team. The Taziki's touchdown team needs to be on that Jumbotron, Tim. We need to make that happen.
All y'all got to do is make some phone calls. Looks like Barry is the one that fielded that as an up back.
There's that squib kick we were talking about.
Yeah, gets it to the 35. So 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 35. Let's take a quick look at their North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. Elkmont, 18. Phil Campbell, 14 at the half. Fairview, 28. East Limestone 21. That's in the third quarter. Tanner 49, Tharptown 8 in the third. Athens 31, Decatur 7 in the third. Brewer 14, Ardmore 7. That's third quarter. Deschler 48, West Limestone no score in the third quarter. And Lauderdale County 46 and Clemens nothing in the third. That's your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. Serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Call 811 before you dig. Marsh in the pistol. Looks like he's got, I can't tell if that's Barry or if that's Williams in the backfield with him.
That's Williams.
Everybody's in tight. Going to be a false start. No, that is
Delay
Barry.
Barry.
Yeah, delay a game.
Timeout. I think we got a timeout before the delay.
So James Clemens calls their first timeout of the second half, and it's not what you want this early in the game. Even though you've got a 23-point or 13-point lead.
You got 13-point lead, but we're still in the third quarter here, and we know what the other school is going to do. They're going to keep pounding Washington, right? They're going to keep hammering away. We already talked about they're going to get him at least 25 touches if possible. They're going to go the Wildcat, and they've shown the ability to throw the ball a little bit. Like Coach Johnson alluded to earlier, try and throw deep ball, look for pass interference calls, or try and get an easy throw downfield. But it's too close to get sloppy and to get undisciplined.
Yeah. So Marsh in the pistol. Everybody's in tight. He's going to put Doty and Fafori into motion. He's got Barry in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Barry. And they're going to whistle this one dead as well.
Come on.
So I don't see a penalty flag. Yep, there it is on the far side. So we're looking for the call. False start against James Clemens. Going to move them back. So still first down and 15 as we're just trying to get this drive underway, and we just can't.
Man, it feels like the whole kickoff scenario we went through earlier.
I know it. All right, so Marsh looks at his wristband. He's still got Barry in the backfield. Now we've got Stacks to the near side.
We're still playing first down.
So that's Doty and Cooper. Going to fling it out to Cooper. Cooper got some room. Makes the catch. Down to the 40. So past the original line of scrimmage. Picks up 10 yards on that, so it's going to be second down and 5.
After 3 plays.
After all that, we're at second and 5. That's good for us.
That's great for us.
You know, we talked about our when the Jumbotron turns on, we need a picture of the broadcast team, our Taziki's touchdown team. If you come into the stadium now, you'll see our pictures.
Going to be hanging on a banner.
On a banner.
That's right.
When you walk into Madison City Stadium, you'll see our banner.
Absolutely you will.
Play Action Sports.
Love it. So putting a man in motion. Going to hand it off to Barry again. Barry makes one man miss. Hard 4 yards. It's going to be third and 1. Got a little scrum going on down there. It's looked like a little.
There's a little rivalry.
Laying down on top of that defensive back of Bob Jones.
Well, hey, this is, listen, for anybody that doesn't think this game's important, okay, it's chippy in the hallways at school. It's chippy in the stands. It's chippy in the bathroom. It's chippy at the concession stand.
Absolutely.
It's chippy in the student section. It's a little bit chippy on the field.
It's chippy up here.
It's chippy up here.
Yeah.
So quick, everybody, I formation.
Quit
Marsh
talking.
under center.
It's chippy next
Everybody
to Coach Johnson.
shifts. Marsh stays under center. Hands it off to Barry. Barry tries to take it to the outside. Gets the first down. First and 10, Jets.
First down. Hey, and you don't think it's chippy. You watch. Coach Rich is making all the official signals right now from the sideline. He's letting them know that he knows their job.
So we look over here, 7:30 and counting.
He gave me a quote, by the way, to use on the air, but we can't.
First and 10, ball at the James Clemens 46. As we got two splits to the near side, one to the far side. Cooper far. You got Doty right here in the middle, along with Little. Going to fake the handoff. Marsh is going to roll to the near side. Makes one man miss. He's going to scramble. He's going to be brought down from behind. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, though. So no sack, no gain. For second down and 10, James Clemens.
Looks like Ty, that we had a miscommunication with a receiver. He thought there was going to be a receiver out there to throw to. And as soon as he got tackled, he jumped up and started telling one of his receivers, "You're supposed to come here."
Well, that's what you like out of your quarterback, knowing where everybody's supposed to be. I mean, they do. That's their job. Marsh is a smart quarterback. Dad's a coach.
Yeah, Mom's a coach.
Mom's a coach. He plays some baseball.
He's very good at baseball.
Knows how to play the sports. So quick huddle, breaking out. Marsh going to put Cooper in motion. Going to swing to pass. Dumps it down here, caught by Little just for a few yards. It's going to bring 3rd and 7.
Yeah, he was kind of retreating from the pressure, and he just couldn't put enough on that. Did a good job of getting the ball out of his hands and to a receiver. He just couldn't put enough on it to save him.
Now, listening to you guys last week, Ty seemed to be a lot of pressure, threw 3 interceptions last week, but tonight, his passing game, he's settled down a little bit.
Yeah, he's done a good job for the most part of setting his feet, delivering the football, making smart decisions with the ball is the biggest thing.
Fake the handoff to Barry. Looking to throw it to Little. Little, in and out of his hands.
That's a good play by the defender right there.
It really is.
And here's the timing of the pass was great.
Yeah.
He threw the pass. We turned around on cue, and really you would have liked to see maybe Little shield him with his body a little bit and reach to catch that ball.
Yeah.
He kind of just let the ball get into his chest and gave that defender a chance to reach around and knock it out.
Little he's got the reach if he'd have just reached out there a little bit more.
That's right. He just let it get tight to the body. And you see Michael Irvin, I'm a Cowboys guy. Michael Irvin would jump up and put his back end on those defenders and not let them get through him. And we didn't get either one of those right there.
So timeout on the field. Now you can enter your name for the Lawlers Fan of the Week at PASnetwork.net. We'll announce the winner during the post-game show of each and every James Clemens game. The winner gets a gift card from Lawler's Barbecue, and we'll announce that winner tonight after tonight's matchup right here at Madison City School Stadium.
Gosh.
I
do love some Lawler's Barbecue.
Man, Lawler's.
Tell you what.
If we had – listen, this is what we got to do.
We need a spreadsheet of all the food places that sponsor us.
Post-game Lawler's, post-game Mellow Mushroom.
Pre-game Taziki's.
I need some coffee from
dessert and coffee plate. Yes, I need
from
some. I could
Honest
do some
Coffee Roasters. Man,
I need some of that Honest Coffee right now.
Yes. So Ortiz is going to line up to punt for the first time tonight.
What?
Ortiz is going to line up to punt for the first time tonight.
What?
I can't keep doing that. I'm not going to play with you guys anymore.
Come on. We got a whole season of this, Kurt.
I know it.
You quit now.
I'm not quitting.
Look who's back to catch the punt.
I see that.
This could be interesting at the
So
end of this
Washington
play.
The old
is going to be
bowling
back
ball.
there.
No, that's not Washington.
Oh, it's not. Ortiz with a soccer-style punt. Punts away from the
We got a lot of coverage down here.
As we put our hands on the ball, and it's going to be downed at the 19-yard line. So I don't know what just happened, but 1st and 10, Bob Jones at their own 19.
That's a unique way of downing a punt.
He just got a swat at it.
But it was smart because it was kicking back upfield.
It actually was, but I've never seen anybody reach out and swat it to get another 15 yards out of it. Now obviously, you don't get to gain yardage on the punt, but
smart play because he's on a full sprint. That ball kicks back upfield, and he just reached up like big old paw and slapped it back to about the 5.
So Bob Jones comes out with 5:38 left to play in the third quarter, down by 13 to the good guys, James Clemens. Good guys always wear white. And we are in our white road uniforms tonight as we're the visiting team. It's going to be a snap directly to Sanders. Sanders goes up the middle, but really only 3 yards on the play. And honestly, they're getting yards up the middle, but where they're most effective is if they can bounce it to the outside, and they're just not been able to do that as much. We did see Washington on that 60-yard run just a little while ago, but that's their longest play of the night.
Yeah, but I don't think they have the speed to just go straight outside. They have to draw us into the middle and then bounce everything.
Well, last week that got them in trouble against Athens. They tried to use number 2 to go east and west, and it didn't work.
So Washington takes the direct snap and hands it off to Monroe. Monroe picks up the first down as he was able to bounce it to the outside. There you go. That's what we were just talking about.
Right.
If he can get to the outside, and they were able to successfully there.
Yeah, and I think that's all got to do with how we choose to defend them and contain them, I guess, how we choose to play it as far as containment.
So Graham hands it off to Monroe. Monroe met right there at the line of scrimmage, still picks up 3 yards on the play, but looked like, I can't tell.
I think it was Mark Woods come up again from the safety position.
Yeah, I think it was Mark Woods, and also number 34, Hayes
Harrison
from the linebacker spot. in there to finish the job. So now Graham goes out and Sanders comes in, number 2. So now you got Sanders and Monroe, the two quicker backs, if you will. But Monroe is still a load. So Sanders looking to get the direct snap, and he's going to follow Monroe in the blocking. Tries to bounce it to the outside.
Nothing there.
Not much going as he's tackled out of bounds.
About 4 yards out of bounds.
Yeah, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4. So I would expect to see Washington here on this short yardage situation.
He's still prophesizing over here.
There's about 6 white jerseys tackled him over there.
Well, I could see number 8.
Did they throw a flag?
So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a penalty against James Clemens.
Well, what else is new tonight?
Well, they didn't. That's an odd penalty because they only went 5 yards. Did we ever get a signal? Or is that where they tackled him?
Must have been where they tackled him.
That must be where they tackled him.
So Bob Jones with the first down now after the penalty. So you got Washington in there looking for the direct snap. Monroe to his left. One split each side on the offense.
Still a wildcat look for him.
So Washington takes it
straight
ahead, falls forward for about 5 yards.
And that's tough. That's really probably their best offensive set right now against us. You know, just kind of power that thing ahead, really just trying to punch us in the mouth. And when it's not there, look to try and bounce that thing.
Wear down that front line.
And they're eating up clock, too.
Yeah.
I mean, their best weapon right now is to keep our offense off the field.
So 26-13, still your score. Bob Jones.
And I say that looking big picture because if James Clemens puts another score on the board, then that strategy's out the window for the other school.
Absolutely. Washington with the direct snap again, up the middle. Picks up a couple more yards, but Big Poe just takes him down.
Big Poe!
Well, that's the deal. If Poe gets off a block right there and can stop his momentum, then you see Hayes Harrison right on his back.
Yeah.
Big Poe.
Big Poe.
Let the big man eat.
So 48-yard line, 48-yard line, 3rd and 3 for Bob Jones.
If y'all have not seen Big Poe, and obviously most people listening can't see, he's a big man.
Graham, pistol, takes a snap, hands it off to Monroe. Monroe trying to find a way, falls forward. They're going to give him to the short of the 50. So it's going to bring up 4th down and about 1. I think it's 4-down situation with you down 13.
They prophesizing again over here.
Come on
well,
now.
It's got to – I mean, look.
Thinking like a coach.
With that big running back with Washington, surely they're going to bring him back in right here.
I think you got to. Right here he comes.
Yep. So Monroe is still out there. Washington's coming in. Now Monroe's
strapping
coming
up the
off.
headgear.
The only problem with this is if they do not get this, we've got the ball at midfield in the 3rd quarter with a 2-score lead.
I don't see where that's a problem.
Well, I mean, if you've got red on.
So Graham in the shotgun. He's got Washington to his right. Going to hand it off to Big Washington. Washington.
Look at this.
Big stop.
It's going to be a defensive stop. Sponsored by Woodward Decking and Fencing. Defensive stop by James Clemens. Penalty flag on the play. Dadgummit.
I don't even care about the penalty. What a show of force by our defense right there.
That's bull.
That's a terrible,
garbage.
Terrible call.
We've just stuffed it up the middle. You got 2 guys that ran through the tackle.
Ran through him.
And because he falls down at the back end of that play, they call a personal foul.
Hey,
that's absolute garbage.
Coach Rich may lose his mind.
Absolute garbage.
I'm looking at Coach Rich, and he's just sitting over there with his hands crossed.
Hey, Madison, you can let them know about it.
So it's still, where you spot him.
Well,
even if they spotted him, he got met at the line of scrimmage.
Okay, so timeout.
So
they're going to say it was a post-play penalty. His momentum was stopped. Then so we still get the ball back.
Yeah, we did get the ball.
It's a 4th down stop.
Well,
but it's still
garbage,
a
but not as big
call
as garbage now.
Because they're
I thought we were garbage.
Okay, listen. You're exactly right. We had 2 guys stuff him at the line of scrimmage.
Jennings.
And then run through the ball carrier.
Which you're supposed to do.
Exactly. And he's running backwards.
And he falls.
Now, neither man drove him into the ground. Neither man did anything.
Our guys never went to the ground.
No. They ran through him, and he falls to the ground. And our guys just throw their hands up in celebration, and they're penalized.
So
on
Marsh.
4th down stuff.
Yeah, so Marsh in the backfield. He's got Williams back there with him. Everybody else is in pretty tight. Marsh going to fake the handoff.
Got a man.
Got his man.
Logan Eggert.
Yep, Eggert. stumbling forward.
He's down.
So picks up 9 on that pass play. So 2nd down and 1 as he gets to about the 44-yard line is where they're going to spot it. So it's going to make 2 yards. So 2nd and 2.
And I think a while ago when we had that rollout with Ty and he had nobody to throw to, that's the play they were looking for.
You're probably
right. And
Eggert
might have, we can't go back, we don't have replay, but Eggert might have got held up at the line.
Well, Eggert wasn't in the game, it was a different receiver.
Oh, okay.
But on a drag route or something like that, it's easy for a linebacker or anybody to hold you up. So, something like that could have happened. You're probably right.
So Williams in the backfield, got Stacks to the far side. Now we're going to put Eggert in motion. Going to hand it off to Williams up the middle. Williams picks up the first down, falls to the 50-yard line, and it looks like they're going to spot him right on the 50. So 1st and 10, James Clemens.
Man, hey, you feel the momentum after a big 4th down stop like that. Offensive line looks good right now. We look fresh.
Well, DJ didn't pull. He's had a couple series off with
Barry going in.
So he may be fresh coming out of halftime, first series he's seen, and it's almost the end of the 3rd quarter.
So 1 minute, 18 seconds left on the clock. James Clemens, 1st and 10 from the 50. Marsh, shotgun. Gets him to jump off sides.
Got him.
Don't worry, Coach Rich was right behind the referee, made sure he made that call.
What do you say?
Hey,
got him.
I'm going to tell you, he was on a tear when I went down and hugged his neck at halftime just to make sure he was okay. And, again, he gave me a lot of quotes I could use for the officials, none of them that we can use on air.
That's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
Something very similar to that, but it was just, he's not a fan of officials. He's not a fan, and that's putting it very mildly.
Marsh under center. He's got Williams in the backfield. Going to fake the handoff. Hand it off to Cooper. Cooper's going to be met in the backfield. Makes one-man miss. Still on his feet. And finally they stop him for a loss of 5 or 10 on the play.
Tough luck right there for us. We had a little, trying a little bit of trickery.
And really,
we had a reverse play on, and unfortunate for us, the other school was coming with a blitz.
Yeah, and just got bad luck.
Bad timing. There's no way to predict that, no way to know that.
I don't know what was said to Ryan Bland right there, number 55 for us, but he was not happy.
So 2nd down and 14 after the loss on the play. Marsh getting everybody in position.
We're okay.
He's got Williams to his left.
Got time. We're set.
10 seconds on the play clock. Marsh drops back to pass. Going to be a swing pass out to Williams. Williams makes the catch.
One cut.
First down.
One cut.
Cuts back in. Got a nice block. Still on his feet. Tackled at the 20-yard line. That's going to end the 3rd quarter.
Wow, what a wheel play.
That's going to end the 3rd quarter with a first down. It'll be 1st and 10. James Clemens from the Bob Jones 20-yard line. As we get ready there's still 2 seconds left on the clock, but they're going to run this out once they get the chains moved. That's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. And swap ends of the field, folks. James Clemens heading into the 4th quarter with a 13-point lead, 26-13 over the other team. You're listening to James Clemens Jets football on PAS Plus.
When you're searching for a home or selling your current one, you want guidance from someone you trust. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty has been an active member of the Madison-Huntsville area for many years and has a passion for hard work, integrity, and client service. Fallon is a Madison resident, so she's got her finger on the pulse of the community. Check out her listings online at Fallon Sloan, that's FALLONSLONE.choosecapstone.com, or call her at 256-755-0269. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens football right here on PAS Plus as we get ready for 4th quarter. Everybody hold up your hands for 4th quarter action right here at Madison City School Stadium as James Clemens on top 26-13. If James Clemens can hold on to this win, that'll put Bob Jones at 0-3 for the first time since 2019.
Darn.
So James Clemens 1st and 10 from the Bob Jones 20 to start 4th quarter action. As Doty looks like he's going to go split to the near side. I formation.
Okay.
All right. As Williams in the backfield. Going to fake the handoff to him. Marsh is going to roll out, throw off his back foot for Eggert. Pass interference in the end zone. That's going to be a penalty right there as Eggert stands tall over the defender.
So far on this drive, Bob Jones, and I said their name, but the Patriots have been bringing extra pressure, some blitz package every single play. Now, we're not fooled by it, right? It called us on the reverse, but every other play, Coach Truitt's had a play call set up
to handle it,
and it's paid off in our favor.
Well, and he had options
and
right there.
they've not changed. It's been effective for us. We've shifted and we've played into the hands of the blitz every single time, and we've gotten positive yards out of it. And in that case, of course, we still handled the pressure well, and it paid off. But I'm surprised that they've not changed defensively.
So 1st and 10 from the first and goal from the 10-yard line after the pass interference call in the end zone. Marsh draws back to pass. Looking to throw it to the end zone.
They do it again.
This is a quick pass over
Easy
to Cooper. Cooper sitting by himself in the middle. Makes the catch for his second touchdown reception of tonight. Touchdown, James Clemens.
Oh. Well, and, I was going to say on that play before that even, we've got options with that blitz coming. Not only the Eggert interference, he had Fafori wide open just over on the little screen play again.
Yeah.
And on that play again, he not only had him wide open, but there's another guy in the corner wide open.
Yeah. Pick your poison, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, he was sitting there. I mean, he
where y'all going? It's getting fun.
Cooper was sitting there eating lunch. So the extra point is good. That takes your score. James Clemens, 33. The other team, 13. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. 11:44 left to play in this game. James Clemens with a huge 20-point lead, 33-13 over the team down the road.
Well, we're so excited we got our flags in the wrong order, but there they go.
We don't care.
We can spell in Madison, at least on the west side.
On the west side. We got prettier colors. We got a prettier school. We're just prettier people.
My bad.
We got better teachers.
Sitting amongst the crowd. I mean, we
got winners. Coach Gillis, Coach Burgess.
Hey, I got a question. You think we keep scoring like this, Dr. D will be back to do push-ups, or you think he tapped out on the 13?
I think D did it early so that he wouldn't have to be doing push-ups in the fourth quarter.
So Ortiz is going to line up to kick off. I'm not sure what's going on.
We're waiting on the cloud of smoke.
No, I just caught like some of our administration, and then like Mr. Haygood, who runs like our football game day operations. When I caught Mr. Haygood going over there to the student section, I figured them guys getting out of hand maybe.
Well, they just ran the flags.
Yeah. Who knows? They're down there having a good time.
Let the kids play.
They're having a good time. I might go down there with them.
I think the referee threw another flag on him or something. I don't know.
High end-over-end kick is going to be fielded by Sanders.
Boy, he came
at
out
the 10.
Hot.
He did. He crosses the 20 down to about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, they flagged him. Too much baby powder.
Who was that? Number 8?
So 16-yard return there by Sanders.
Oh, Luca. Before he came through there and hit him hard.
Oh, not Brazzi.
Brazzi?
Luca Brazzi.
Oh, Luca Brazzi.
You know about Luca Brazzi?
Sleep with the fishes.
It's Luca Brazzi.
He did make him sleep with the fishes there. As it's 1st and 10, Bob Jones from their own 27. Washington in the backfield with Graham. Two splits to both sides. So Graham going to swing pass it out to the side, far side. Tackled out of bounds. Pickup of about 6 on the play, so 2nd and 4 for Bob Jones.
You know what else we got at JC?
Coach Kimbrough?
Well, besides we talked about Coach Kimbrough, and I talked about Coach Rich tonight, and then Coach Gillis won one of our contests. I also have Coach Brooklyn Clark. She was the 2016 Division II National Player of the Year. Did you know that?
That's awesome.
Did I ever tell you that?
She was the what?
2016 Division II National Player of the Year.
I have heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, did we get a face mask or no?
So Washington's going to be brought down. No call on the play. It's going to bring up third down after he picked up 1, maybe 2. So 3rd and short for Bob Jones at their own 34.
She listens to our broadcast, so
Well,
I wanted to
absolutely.
give her a shout out too.
No.
Well, we've talked about his whole staff now.
Yeah, we got them all in. Next week, tune in for baseball.
So Monroe's in the backfield along with Washington. Washington takes the direct snap, tries to go up the middle. He's going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss.
And we talked about that earlier, right? Like everything they were doing was trying to bounce it. That was their biggest plays. And how are we going to start scraping and handling the containment there? We did a great job that time. Like, we're ready for it.
Yeah, so DJ Davis right there. Second time we've called his name tonight, but that was a great job getting in the backfield.
But that was a guy that we talked about all the time week 1 at Gardendale. Not so much last week, but he's made an impact more so tonight.
Well, and he's a fill-in guy. You know, we lost Freeman. Yeah. He moved, and that's the guy that's kind of stepped in and filled that role and is a physical kid.
So that was a huge defensive stop sponsored by Woodard Decking and Fencing for James Clemens. Brings up 4th down for Bob Jones.
4th down.
And a timeout.
And it looks like we got a timeout on the field. Bob Jones is going to call one with 10:13 left to play in the game. James Clemens up 33-13. You're listening to Jets football right here on PAS Plus.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at tzatziki'scafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on PAS Plus. And 10:13 left to play in this game, and James Clemens 20-point lead, 33-13. There's your score. That's how you do it.
Hey, learning from the man. I'm taking notes.
You never know, man.
That way I can tell the replacement if you're ever out again.
You never know. I might blow out a knee.
No, I will wheel you up here, my man.
Having a good time tonight here at Madison City School Stadium for the Madison City Bowl. Between the home team, Bob Jones, and the visiting James Clemens Jets, as Washington punt. Kicks it to Doty. Doty's going to field it, and he's going to be met and gets through both tacklers, still on his feet.
4.
Finally brought down. Not much on the return, but I tell you.
He broke 3, maybe 4.
You know, it's funny because last week we had that one kick where he was all by himself and he let it hit the ground, remember? And it went way back in our territory, and we talked about him taking some chances and catching the ball. Tonight he's caught it in traffic a bunch.
Well, he did that. The big return that he made late.
Yes, it was on the line.
He had to come up and make that play, and it was after he made that when he kind of took his eyes off of it.
It's almost like he learned his lesson after that.
It's like,
and since then, he's catching everything.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you're right.
Listen, I don't know if you see this, but that little kid right there, the ball boy right over there in the jersey, number 5 for James Clemens, that kid is running. He is running out there, getting that ball and getting it off the field. That's hustle right there.
Those kids don't get enough credit.
That's a future Jet right there if I've ever seen one. All right, 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 44-yard line as you've got, looks like Williams in the backfield. Marsh going to swing pass out to Cooper. Cooper looking to try to get it to the outside. It's going to be brought down from behind. No gain on the play.
That one just took a little too long to develop. Gave the Patriots too many opportunities to run to the football right there.
So 2nd and 10, but still, clock is running, and that's what we want at this point. I wouldn't mind putting another 7 on the board.
Let's do it. Or 14.
Do what you got to do. Make it hurt.
We all celebrated and had fun on those big pass plays.
Let's do it again.
Let's break another one.
So Marsh is going to go under center.
Another timeout for an equipment issue.
That's the other team's got to go over to the sidelines to get their equipment adjusted.
Never in my life, guys.
So Marsh, when we get back to action, is going to be under center with Williams in the backfield. You've got Cooper split to the other side. You've got Doty split closest to us on the near side. puts Doty in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep to Doty. Doty's going to bounce it to the outside, uses that speed, cuts across to the middle, spins off of one tackler, still on his feet.
Still going,
past the 40, 30, 20.
Guess what?
10, touchdown! James Clemens!
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
Run! 56-yard touchdown run by Doty.
Listen. All right. I know I keep pulling out all these Cowboy references.
No, come on.
This was against the Cowboys. There's a Barry Sanders clip where Barry runs into a pile of Cowboys.
Yes.
He bounces out, and
out.
Tony Casillas has got his back to him. He just runs right by him.
Yep.
That's what that looked like.
Yes.
He was in a pile of red.
Twice, I think.
Bounces out and is gone down the sideline.
Yeah, they kind of lost him in there, and he bounces out twice and then runs down the sideline.
Unfortunately, we're on the opposite side of the stadium from that. I can't wait to see the film.
So with the extra point by Ortiz, the score now, James Clemens 40, the other team 13 with 8:59 left to play in this ball game. You're listening to James Clemens Jets football on PAS Plus.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on PAS Plus. Kirk Pierce, Coach Brad Kimbrough, and Coach Johnny Johnson,
yes,
producer
sir.
Mr. Tim Lambert. 40-13 is your score. Ortiz, high, end-over-end kick. He waved for a catch. He fumbles it.
Let's go get it.
10-yard line. He doesn't have a whole lot of room to run. Now he tries to bounce it to the outside. Now he does. It's down the sidelines, pushed out of bounds by Fafori. Penalty flag on the play.
I think that's on them.
I think you might be right.
Number 27 for us got hit in the back right there late out of bounds. It looked like.
Hey, it's anybody's guess this game. I got some yellow legal pad paper up here. Look. Oh. I just flagged you.
So 8:50 left to play in the ball game as we've got a penalty flag, personal foul against Bob Jones is going to move them back after that good return there by Kinsey Jr., Hezron Kinsey Jr., number 0. And that's going to move that ball back to the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, Bob Jones from their own 20 with 8:50 left to play in this ball game. You can listen to the James Clemens Coaches Show every Wednesday at 11:05 on 1080 AM WKAC. We'll talk to Coach Chad McGee.
Yeah, listen
Get to the inside scoop on the Jets. If you miss it, you can always go to WKAC and listen to the replay. Graham throws it out to a swing pass to the receiver on the far side. Pushed out of bounds at about the 28. So an 7-yard pickup there. As you can see, went out of bounds at the 20.
And this is where they're in trouble
27.
because you can't get down big with your third-string quarterback.
No, you really can't.
No, they're pretty limited on what they can do right here.
So trips to the near side, one split to the far side. Going to hand it off to Washington. Big hole up the middle. He's brought down
nice
finally.
Job.
That's a really good tackle.
Right there by
Hayes
Harrison.
And really, that's the best thing you can do is just go grab an ankle and hope he goes down. When open field, head to head with the middle linebacker.
You're man on man.
You've got no momentum going into him.
You're it.
So they pick up the first down on that run. So going to go with trips again. Monroe comes in. He's the back in the backfield with Graham. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Monroe. Swing pass again over to the sidelines. Tries to put a move on Mark Woods, but he said, no, sir.
No.
That's why Mark Woods is one of the best in the state.
You're not going to win that battle.
Well, he'd have been better suited to come on inside where he started because there was a little bit of a gap back to the middle of the field, and he put his foot in the ground and tried to go back outside, and that was wrong. We had 2 guys waiting on him, and one of them's a really good tackler.
So clock is under 8 minutes to play in the ball game. Trips again to the near side, one split. Monroe stays in the backfield with Graham. 2nd down and 8. Make an adjustment, calling an audible. Graham drops back to pass, rushes on, he throws it up. Going to be overthrown and out of bounds. Intended receiver number 5, Colton Wood, brings up 3rd down and long for the Patriots.
Guys, I can't help but point out that this one section over there behind the end zone that looks about half empty.
Yeah, and you can see the other side, too. I mean, that sea of red has become a sea of cement. As the bleachers are cement.
The Red Sea is definitely parted.
So,
and then this other student section over here is still rocking.
Still rocking and still full on here on the visitor side. Graham dropping back to pass. Rush. Oh, and he takes a shot.
They're
going to get a helmet-to-helmet shot.
No.
Yeah, that was a helmet-to-helmet.
Hey, the face mask.
I would call it face mask to face mask.
Which would be helmet to helmet.
Yeah.
Technically,
in today's game of football,
that's not football.
Well, I mean, in today's game of football.
I mean, it's not. I didn't come to watch Madison Powder Puff Bowl.
well,
unfortunately, if you watch Sundays, that's kind of what it is. You can't hit a quarterback like that anymore.
This is high school football.
Yeah. So that's a huge penalty that's going to take him deep into James Clemens territory.
Wow, what are we teaching kids nowadays?
So the ball is going to be at the James Clemens 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Bob Jones.
And the bad thing is this is how we give them a chance, right? I mean, I know there's only 7:20 left. It's out of hand. But you can't – you said that earlier in the game. You can't get complacent and get sloppy.
No.
Graham dropping back to pass, looking to throw it deep. He's got his man over the middle, makes a diving catch. That's a really good pass reception there by number 5.
Credit him
Colton
for making
Wood.
that catch.
He did. He's stretched out.
A lot of guys would have got alligator arms right there in that situation with the safety coming over the top. He didn't. I mean, he went in there and secured it.
So that reception takes them all the way down to the 15-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 15 for Bob Jones. Graham in the backfield going to hand it off to Sanders. Sanders up the middle.
Nice kick out.
It'll be wrapped out. Still wrapped up. Was able to get by one defender, but then finally brought down by his jersey.
Nate or Jalen?
Yeah, I think it was Jalen. Just the strength
him.
of him reaching out with one arm and just dragging him around.
Verbally committed to the Mizzou Tigers.
That's why that guy's going to be playing in the SEC.
Like a 7-foot wingspan he's got.
It's crazy. So timeout on the field. James Clemens is. We'll just stay here with the timeout with 6:33 left to play in this game. James Clemens with a huge lead, 40-13. Coaches, I mean, there's been a lot of big plays tonight.
Yeah.
Lots of big players, lots of standout. This is the offense that we were hoping for coming into this season, and we're seeing it in full effect tonight. So you've got offense working, you got special teams working. We've had punt returns for a touchdown. Your defense is holding strong a lot more than usually they have been. Mm-hmm. And this is just a really good game.
Yeah, well, I think going into this season, our coaches felt like we've got an identity.
Yeah.
And at Gardendale it showed, and tonight it showed. And I think our identity is solid running game, right? And then look for a big play offensively. And that's what we've seen. That's what we saw at Gardendale week 1. That's what we saw tonight. Just wasn't clicking for us last week, but we talked about how to work those woes out, and I think we did that.
Yeah.
Defensively, we're going to be solid. We're going to be structured. That's the Jets team we've seen tonight, and that's hopefully what we'll see every week.
Well, and we touched on this last week, too. Last year we had so many young guys on the field.
Yeah.
They're all
injuries.
Back. Yeah. Between injuries and young guys, these guys got a lot of experience, and now they're not going to be overwhelmed with games like this. They're going to be ready to play, and mentally more than even physically.
So 2nd down and 8 for Bob Jones. Ball at, trying to see, looks like the 12-yard line. So waiting, I'm not sure what they're waiting on. So you got Washington and Monroe back there along with Graham. So you got 2 backs in the backfield. One split closest. I mean, he is way close to the sidelines over here. This split closest to us. Now, they are on the short side of the field on the far hash mark. So you've got another split over there.
Now, here's the interesting thing. If Bob Jones ends up punching this thing in, we're going to get to see the most exciting play in football.
2-point conversion?
The onside.
I was going to say.
If we ever get there.
If we can get there, I tell you.
Now, do we have TV timeouts tonight?
We are not the AHSA TV Spotlight Game of the Week or whatever.
All right, Graham got 2 running backs in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Washington. Washington looking for a hole. Finds one, but Nate Jennings holds on. It just wrestles him down at about the 10-yard line. So short gain on that. It's going to bring up 4th down for Bob Jones. Or is that going to be 3rd down? I thought it was – okay, that was 2nd down.
3rd down.
Yeah, so now it's 3rd down and about 5. Nope, 7. I can't see from
the angle's tough. We're lowered,
on
this
was a
side.
little tougher. So they are still at the far hash mark. So Sanders is going to come in from Monroe. Washington's going to be in the backfield with Graham. Sanders is going to split. So we've got 2 splits to the near side, 1 to the far side. I imagine you're going to give it to Washington.
Be a good guess.
They do. And he is touched from behind, dives forward.
Looks like he got it.
I think he got the first down.
That's a strong effort by that kid. I mean,
Jalen was right on his back trying to grab him and couldn't quite get his hands on him.
He ran out of a tackle in the backfield and then picks up extra yards.
So it'll be 1st and goal. Bob Jones from the James Clemens 4. As we've got another timeout on the field. And we'll keep it here again. And just, again, want to thank all of our sponsors that continue to support us each and every week. And I know that we've got sponsors through the commercials that we play. We've got them sponsoring our scoreboard, which we're going to go to right now. The North Alabama Gas District scoreboard, serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Fairview, 56. East Limestone, 21. That's probably in the 4th quarter now. Tanner, 68. Nice score there. Tharptown, 8. Athens, 44. Decatur, 10 in the 4th quarter. Brewer 21, Ardmore 13, Deschler 55, West Limestone 14. That's a final. Lauderdale County 59 and Clements 9 in the 4th quarter. That's your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig. 1st and goal, Bob Jones from the 4-yard line of James Clemens. Washington in the backfield with Graham. 1 split to each side. I would imagine you're going to see Washington. And they give it to Washington. He tries to bounce it up the middle. Now he's going to be tackled for a loss on the play.
Nate Jennings.
The verbal commit. And there's a penalty flag.
Is on them. Back it up.
Back him up, Terry.
Back it up, Terry.
That's what Clay would do. He would play it.
Boy, Big Poe, they double-teamed Big Poe and pushed him way out of the play, but they just never quit pushing him. And Nate had tackled him way before that.
And Nate jumps up, and he was in the ref's ear saying, hey, throw a penalty, and they did.
Boy, so Nate, how fast did Nate get through the line?
He was on that. So, penalty flag against Bob Jones.
Those guys can do that almost whenever they want. You know, I mean, that's the crazy thing is they're so good that if you try to block them single,
one-on-one, don't help with a chip or anything.
They can almost do that whenever they want, and that makes it so difficult for an offense to be able to run multiple things.
And to have 2 of them on the line.
Right, you can't double both those guys.
It's tough. And that penalty right there moves them all the way back to the 22-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 22.
Give them room to pass.
Y'all, I don't know why y'all are putting up the 10-yard, the first down markers. Fakes the handoff to Sanders, then Graham just throws it into the dirt because his receiver had a defender on him.
Yeah,
That's really a mature play by a young quarterback.
Very mature because I don't care how well he throws that ball, it's not going to be a completion. It's going to get intercepted and ran back probably, or it's going to get deflected.
Because there was only 2 receivers on that side, and they both had blanketed blue on them.
I watched Hard Knocks, and that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers did, was throw it into the dirt during the last episode. And that's a smart play by Graham.
Good, smart call.
So 3rd and goal from the 22. Graham gets out of the reach of a defender, throws it over, picked off at the 5-yard line. Did he catch it?
Yep,
yes,
inbounds.
interception.
He did.
Picked off at the 5 by number 7, Mark Woods. First interception of the night for Mark. And I tell you.
No, that wasn't Mark.
It wasn't Mark.
Oh, it wasn't Mark?
No.
That was 20.
Well, Mark,
Mason Rose, 28.
Okay.
Very far sideline, and Mark jumped up like he got it. So I tell you.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell.
Mason, is it 28 or 23?
I believe it's 28.
Well.
No, Nathaniel Clayton, 23.
23,
they call him Tex.
You like that, don't you, Coach?
I do. Well, a little Texas in my soul. It's Willie Nelson for you.
There you go. A little Yellow Rose.
But he made a great play keeping his feet in bounds over there.
He did. I mean, that you only got to get 1 foot in, And he had both of them.
Well, that's what we talked about the play before. That guy was covered, and the young quarterback made that throw, and we just stepped right in front of it.
Let's score again.
So Marsh, standing in his own end zone, trips up Williams.
Yeah, they tripped over
on
each
the
other.
Handoff. Williams was able to jump forward, though.
That's
No,
the
it's
pressure.
Barry.
That's the pressure of trying to get out of your own end zone.
Yeah.
And then your quarterback and back just trip over each other.
And it almost looked like Marsh thought he was going out towards the tackle for that long handoff we saw last week, and he tried to go up the middle, and they kind of ran into each other.
Yeah, their feet just got tangled up.
So loss on the play of about 2 yards, so it's going to be 2nd down and 12 from the 2 as Marsh is in the pistol in his own end zone with Barry behind him.
It's uncomfortable.
So Marsh is going to look to pass, throws it over here to Doty. Doty makes the reception. Trying to juke move. He does. He makes one-man miss. Finally, the guy hangs on for dear life as Doty's able to get to 1 yard from the first down.
Great job of getting some space. Yeah, it's a good call, but getting some space out here and giving your offense a chance to get out there and work.
Yeah. So 11-yard reception there by Ty Doty. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for James Clemens.
And something that we talked about last week on one of the plays that we saw right there, he didn't stop running and try to jump and go up and get that ball because it looked like he had floated it over him. He just kept running and allowed that ball to fall down to him.
To him, yeah.
Last week, somebody we had jumped up for a ball, maybe Eggert, or I can't remember who it was, but we tried to stop and jump, and I think if we'd have ran through it, we make that play just like that.
And this is the thing about Doty that I've noticed over the 3 years that we've watched him develop into the player that he is. He has been doing this for 3 years.
Yeah.
Just a mature, well-disciplined receiver that makes the big plays.
Well, last year especially.
There's a timeout on the field.
Doty really came into his own last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he really started to excel last year in his route running, his catching ability, just being efficient all around.
Well, the good thing is we get him for another year.
That's right.
Love it. I mean, 3-year starter.
And he's a good kid.
He is. He is a good kid. And we're at a timeout right now with 3:39 left to play in the ballgame. James Clemens 40, the other team 13. And you can just stick around for the postgame shows. We're going to announce our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Night. Feature Jet's going to get a gift card from Mellow Mushroom. And I think we kind of know. But we're not going to give it away right now. But
I'm telling you, I got two guys in mind that really stand out. I guess we'll have to see how this next 3.5 minutes play out.
So it looks like Barry's going to stay in the backfield. Marsh is going to go under center. Doty is split to the near side. Everybody else is in tight I formation. Doty's now going to go in motion. Fake the handoff to the jet sweep as Barry's going to jump forward. Looks like he got the first down on the dive.
He got tripped up again. It was off our tight end right there.
His knee was short, so it's 4th and 1, James Clemens. So they're going to say he's short of a yard. So that brings up a 4th down situation for James Clemens.
Hey, and we're not budging.
25 seconds on the play clock. Game clock is at 3:14 and counting.
We're going to send a message right here on 4th inside our own.
We'll do something.
Well, we're going to try and draw them for sure. I don't know if we're going to actually run a play, but we're going to try and draw these guys.
We don't have any timeouts left, right?
We're going to freeze them.
So, I formation with Barry in the backfield. Marsh gets under there, tries to do a hard snap, raises up, looks over to the sidelines.
And now
1 second, and now we call a timeout.
No, delay a game.
Or did we take the delay? We did.
We didn't have any timeouts left, I don't think.
So now, delay a game against James Clemens. So now the punt team goes out there. And,
Which I guess we would have been near our goal line anyway on the punt.
Sure.
So now we'll be in our end zone, but not a huge difference.
So number 44, Anthony Ortiz, goes out. He handles all the kicking duty. And and he's got a really good leg. And he is just a junior. Lining up. Standing in his own end zone. There's the snap. Quick kick. Gets it out. Nice line drive kick. It's going to bounce at about the 33. Takes a James Clemens roll past the 40. Keeps rolling. It's going to be downed at the Bob Jones 48-yard line.
Just keep fanning it. Just keep
fanning it. Trying to get it. So Bob Jones is going to take over from their own 48-yard line with 2:33 left to play in the ball game.
Oh, Christian White right there. He was fanning that thing, trying to get it to roll.
Just a little bit more breeze, ball. Just a little bit more breeze.
Getting it across the 50.
Be like that old guy from the Blue Jays that got on all fours and try to blow that ball foul off the foul line.
So with 2:33 left to play, what was that? That was the bass right there, boys.
It's a sonic boom bass.
Says it right there on the drum.
Yes, it does. Here it comes. There it is. Everybody's having a good time over here on the visitor sidelines as James Clemens with 2:33 with a huge lead, unless a just massive miracle can happen.
New quarterback
for Bob Jones. The running back, Washington's going to be brought down for a loss. No, that's another running back. That is Monroe.
Yeah, Monroe. Corbin Johnson's the quarterback. He's a 2026 guy.
So, going to bring him in to try to, I guess he's got a little bit more speed, maybe try to get him to the outside or just trying to get him some reps.
Yeah, at this point, just getting reps.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out who's going to go forward next week, right?
So 2nd and 12 as he's going to roll out to pass, throws it off his back foot.
It's a good throw.
Pass caught at the 50. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
That kid looks confident coming in there slinging it
did.
around.
Athletic.
That's a nice little move, throwing off that back foot, rolling out.
Are we supposed to say nice things like that?
Well, you got to give credit where it's due.
I know.
But
look, we're getting out of here with a W.
Yeah. 4 of the last 5.
So Johnson, quarterback, takes a high snap, looks to throw. He's going to rush. He's going to be brought down for a sack.
Yes.
Brought down.
Guess which 2 guys met at the quarterback?
No, that's 2 different ones.
I know. Well, no.
One of them's the same, Jalen.
DJ Davis.
But the other one's DJ Davis.
DJ Davis.
Comes in there from the linebacker position.
I think he had 3 week 1.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Let's meet at the quarterback.
So brings up 4th down.
Well, I'll tell you, number 2, Caleb Sanders, he's limping pretty bad.
Yeah, he is. So that was another. Well, they're going to go for it on 4th down, so we'll see what happens here.
They got to run one play.
So Graham comes in. We're under a minute.
The clock's about to get him.
Yeah. 2-1, delay a game. So that's going to stop the clock and move them back further on 4th down.
The old offensive coordinator on the other side was not happy right there.
Quick story, guys. We were getting ready to play one night, and, as an assistant, you do a lot of things to try and keep the head coach from being not stressed on game night especially. And so you keep a lot of things from him.
Right.
We'll go to the play.
So trips to the near side. Graham in the backfield. Looking to throw. Rush on. He's going to go ahead and run it. He's going to slide on 4th down, and that's going to be what we call a defensive stop, sponsored by Woodard Decking and Fencing. I got to get one more in. Go ahead, finish it.
The officials crew shows up, and they're standing around with us, and they said, hey, by the way, we don't have a clock operator with the crew tonight. And I said, wait, what? We don't have a clock operator. I said, hey, well, whatever you do, don't tell our head coach. Just don't tell him. I said, okay, we handled it. Well, we'll take care of it. I'll figure it out, blah, 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 blah. A few minutes later, our head coach is standing out there with us, and the old crusty guy who's leading the crew comes up and he says something about not having a clock operator in front of our head coach. And our head coach about loses his mind. He said, well, how are we going to know when the 25-second clock's up? And old crusty guy looks at him and goes, when my flag hits the ground.
So Marsh takes the direct snap and puts his knee down, and that's going to do it. James Clemens with the victory, and Brad with the story.
Hey,
I love it.
I love it.
That's a golden one right there. James Clemens moves to 2-1 with a 40-13 win over the other team, the Patriots, in this Madison City Bowl right here at Madison City School Stadium. Bob Jones drops to 0-3 for the first time since 2019 as the coaches meet at midfield.
Couldn't happen to a better place.
As the James Clemens fans rush the field, and they're keeping them on the other side of the 40.
Yeah, they gave explicit instructions this morning, stay inside the 30.
You've even got the police officers out there reminding them, don't cross the 40.
Oh, Ed Nichols, the superintendent.
He's out there.
Who's getting doused with talcum powder now.
Confetti cannon thrown. Baby powder.
Hey, the players get to come celebrate with them. They handled
it well. The students
that's
did well.
What you're supposed to do, right?
The students did well.
This is what you want. We got to,
Stay away from the other team.
The players are coming to celebrate. They left the other team out of it. You're right, Coach. That's
let everybody in town take note. That's how you do it when it's classy.
Hey, nice touch, Coach.
So your final score, James Clemens 40, the other team 13, 2-1. James Clemens
1-0 in region play.
1-0 in region play. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our player of the game, and we'll also have our Lawlers fan of the week. You're listening to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus.
Local high school sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. When you're searching for a home or selling your current one, you want guidance from someone you trust. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty has been an active member of the Madison-Huntsville area for many years and has a passion for hard work, integrity, and client service. Fallon is a Madison resident, so she's got her finger on the pulse of the community. Check out her listings online at Fallon Sloan, that's FALLONSLONE.choosecapstone.com, or call her at 256-755-0269. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty. Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at BankstonMotorhomes.com.
Ever thought you'd like to have a nice privacy fence or deck, but thought it would be just too expensive? Think again. Woodard Decking and Fencing will have you throwing that backyard party before you know it. They offer top-quality wood, wrought iron, aluminum, chain link, and vinyl fencing, along with decks of any style at affordable prices. They'll treat your yard as if it were their own. Commercial services are available, too. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Look them up on Facebook and see what they can do for you. You can also give Daryl a call at 256-652-9234. Woodard Decking and Fencing. PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action Sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens Sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus. James Clemens with a huge victory in this cross-city rivalry. Madison City's bowl against the Bob Jones Patriots. 40-13 your final score. Coaches, huge game tonight. Ty Marsh ran for 1, 2 yards out, threw 3 touchdown passes. Cooper was the recipient of 2 of those, 78 yards, 10-yarder. Doty had 1 of those, 30 yards. Doty ran a 56-yarder and also had a 46-yard punt return. So your weapons with Ty Marsh, Cooper, and Doty, full effect tonight on offense.
Absolutely. And don't forget DJ, too. I mean, DJ Williams and Cam Berry, right?
Yeah.
I mean, those guys kept your run game and that consistent run game. That opens the door, really, and opens those opportunities up for all the big plays that we got to scream and yell and cheer about. But all those weapons really fully utilized. I thought Coach Truitt did a good job calling the game and spreading the ball around to all those guys. Ty Marsh being the one that kind of centered all that.
I would really like to know how yards after catch. Yeah. We had some incredible runs after contact tonight where you thought we talked a lot about the last one, where we busted out of a sea of red and all of a sudden he's down the sideline. But it happened 2 or 3 times tonight. And then the other thing on the other side of the ball was the defense. Could you stop the run? Because they weren't going to be able to throw at the quarterback situation. We knew that was going to be a struggle. But that running back is a load.
He is.
And he got his yards. I'm sure his stats don't look terrible tonight. But outside of the one play he busted for 60 yards, we really contained him well. And when there was really big plays in the game, we found a way to stuff that guy. And once again, our front end of our defense is really good.
I mean, it is – I listened to the broadcast last week. The defense didn't have a bad game last week, and even the first game of the season against Gardendale. So the defense has shown up 3 games in a row. That's why we're at 2-1. The heartbreaker last week to Mountain Brook, but that didn't hurt us in the overall standings because tonight we start 1-0 in region play.
Right. That's
and
right.
so that's huge in and of itself. And so if Coach McGee, as coaches, you guys know this. When you go into the film room, you're happy with the win, but you're going to have to find things to improve on. And I know from the offense was clicking, the defense was clicking, special teams was clicking. So, what are they going to have to see to get these guys ready for Huntsville next week?
Penalties, I think. We're going to clean up some of those things. Little things like that, some penalties, little inefficiencies. We got sloppy at times. They want to clean that up. I think there's a little things here and there. We saw opportunities where guys weren't really hitting the spots they want to get to. We saw a couple missed tackles at times. But overall, I mean, huge improvement from last week to this week. Of course, again, we can't say really negative things about last week. I think for the most part, we've seen a really good effort out of our Jets team all 3 weeks of football so far.
Well, and I think the biggest thing is, and I'm not sure what Huntsville's record is right now, but battling the letdown, right? Playing a big game this early, you play your rival, you're 1-0, you do what you revenge last year's loss, all those things. It's real easy if you're not a disciplined football team to go through the motions this week to underestimate Huntsville because they're typically not a great program, right? If you look at our scores traditionally, we've put up some big points and done some things there, but we did lose to them last year, if I remember correctly.
That's correct.
And so, can't have a letdown going into this week. We got to keep focused on what's next, and that will be the big challenge from a coaching standpoint.
So we've got a couple of things we want to get out of the way real quick is the Lawlers Fan of the Week. If you want to enter your name into the Lawlers Fan of the Week, all you got to do is go into PASnetwork.net. We'll announce the winner during the post-game show of each and every James Clemens game. The winner gets a gift card for Lawlers Barbecue. Tonight's winner, Ashlyn Thornton.
Congratulations.
Ashlyn, congratulations. You have 2 weeks to drop by WKAC Radio in Athens to pick up your gift card from Lawlers. You are our Lawlers Fan of the Week. Now, fellas, this has been a topic of discussion during the breaks. You've got
great debate.
You've got defensive side. Who's your player of the week? You've got offensive side. We've seen it's hard not to go offensively when you've got 40 points on the board. But when you only allow your opponent 13, it's also hard not to go defense. But tonight, I think we had to go offense. 40 points. Who do you got?
You're right. I mean, we could have given it to the entire defensive unit. We talked about 2 guys, right? I mean, 2 guys stood out big time offensively. But it all comes back to the quarterback tonight, Ty Marsh, who threw for 3 touchdowns, ran one in to get the scoring started.
That's right.
But most importantly, I mean, stood tall in the pocket, delivered the ball downfield, spread the ball out across the field. Saw him several times tonight step up really strong in the pocket. Even when he rolled out tonight, delivered some strong throws down the field. Made smart decisions with the football tonight and really kept this offense going. So I think our player of the game's got to be Ty Marsh.
Well, and I think the things we talked about last week, they needed to clean up for him, whether it's footwork, whether it's setting those feet, whether it's stepping up in the pocket instead of going around those things you just mentioned, they cleaned up.
He did.
And it was a totally different performance from him tonight. And those other playmakers, the Coopers, the Doties, and all those guys we mentioned that could have been in that discussion tonight, they don't have the opportunity if he doesn't get them the ball.
That's right, absolutely.
And so
He's
really used his playmakers well tonight and gave us a chance to put 40 points on the board.
Yeah, he was the hub of it all, so congratulations, Ty.
So Ty Marsh is our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Night. He is our featured Jet, and he's going to get a gift card for Mellow Mushroom. He's going to be able to go and order a pizza at Mellow Mushroom.
And we'll meet Coach Johnson and Kirk and I. We'll go eat with you if you want.
Ty, I'm just 7 digits away from call, man.
Shoot us a text, Ty.
Add my area code 256 and then hit those 7 digits, man. I'll meet you at Mellow Mushroom. So Ty Marsh, congratulations. You are our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Game. We're going to do it again next week. We're going to be right here at Madison City School Stadium for the visiting Huntsville Panthers and the James Clemens Jets. Coaches, what do you think? What? Any final words?
Hey, we beat the other school. That's the biggest thing.
It's a good night in Madison.
You do not want to leave here with a loss to them. I mean, this is my 3rd year at JC. My first year we won, and that was a great feeling. Walking out of here last year was just awful.
Yeah.
I mean, awful.
Y'all actually took it personally, not just because you're not James, but because now you're in the broadcast booth.
I was furious.
And y'all started to think that this was y'all.
I was furious.
Coach, last year's the first time. This year's 6 for me.
Yeah.
I've only seen us lose once to them.
Yeah. Well.
And so I was worried that I came in the booth and screwed this thing up.
Guys, I was ready to tear that booth up.
We're back on track.
We're back in the booth next week, and then I'm looking forward to that. Join us next week right here at Madison City School Stadium for James Clemens, the home team, next week. Back where we belong.
Yes, sir.
And the visiting Huntsville Panthers. You can listen to us right here on PAS Plus. Well, coaches, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad to be back into the groove with you guys.
The three amigos
The
back
three
together.
amigos, the Taziki's touchdown team, along with our producer extraordinaire. It's just awesome.
It doesn't happen without that guy over there.
He's our hub.
He is ours.
He's our hub.
He's the QB right here.
Yes.
He is our player of the game as well.
That's right. And he brings Taziki's.
He does. I love that, too. I love that. Love the chicken roll-ups, man. Well, here we go for Coach Johnny Johnson, Coach Brad Kimbrough, for our producer extraordinaire, Mr. Tim Lambert. I'm Kirk Pierce. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. You've been listening to James Clemens Jets Football on PAS Plus.
You've been listening to James Clemens High School Football. If you'd like to download a copy of tonight's game, log on to pasnetwork.net. James Clemens High School Football is a production of Play Action Sports.